Welcome, it's the Industry DJs podcast. Welcome to the Industry DJs. Let's talk about the real, let's get to the facts. Welcome to the Industry DJs. Let's talk about the real, let's get to the facts. Come on in, grab some headphones, relax, grab a seat. Let's talk about beats, the word in the streets, how you hustle, struggle to make ends meet, so you can cop them tools that made you elite at your craft. Lead, walk us down that path. Teach us how to math, how to get that bag. For the record, oh wait, everything is digital. Techniques are pivotal, the game is getting critical. Oh my God, and we ain't talking biblical, political, but how the scene is getting cynical. It's typical.
I'm just looking at Al, that's all.
The reciprocal is people who cast that hate. Let us debate. For the people who are now tuned in through a camera's lens, you are now zoomed in on the podcast, taking over the grid.
We're still,
do it like this and DJ T.
We're still listening to Pat rap, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, while Al decides to come here at like the last 2 minutes of the before the show starts, because
I had to cook.
and the reason why, because you know, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Industry DJs podcast. We are late because of Al Do It Like This.
No, we're not, man. We're right on fucking time. I'm sitting down. I'm all set up and I'm ready to go. You know, you can go pound sand, right?
And he's telling.
And happy anniversary, by the way.
Happy anniversary, Al. Happy anniversary.
3 fucking years with this guy.
Unfortunately.
Fucking racist.
Anyway.
Hey, does he have a mic? I don't. Talk in your mic real quick.
Test.
Nope. You don't have a mic. He's number 4.
Test.
There you go.
See? Leave it up to fucking Alex, and Alex fucks shit up, and then he blames me on it, bro.
What?
You know,
You
my
tell
skin's
me-
brown because shit rolls downhill, my
You
friend.
tell me always. He tells me every
My
time.
skin's brown because shit's rolls downhill.
He tells me every week here. Get here at 6:30. Get here at 6:30. I get here at 6:40.
Sleepy Hollow in the building. What up? Shmoo! What up, Shmoo?
DJ V, what's going on? We start. You told me to get
We
here
gotta get
early.
Shmoo on the show, bro.
And I
Shmoo
always
is
get-
like he's like
I just like how you just. I just like how you just like
yeah.
totally disregard what
I
I'm saying.
really don't give a fuck what you gotta say because it's always bitching about me. It's all about me. I'm the one that gets shitted on. My skin's brown, ladies and gentlemen, because shit rolls downhill.
What does that have to do with you being tardy?
Tartar.
Tardy.
Like tartar sauce.
Anyways, again, welcome to another episode of the
Shmoo in the
DJ.
building. What up, Shmoo?
Welcome
Sorry.
to another. Can I do this intro real quick?
No, Victor. What up, bro? 2 Victors.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to say hi to our friends and family, bro. Come on, can we do that?
No, because you're
Where's
late.
your respect?
You're late.
Where's your respect? Bombaclad.
You're late.
Bombaclad. He's Jamaican. He's making me crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Industry DJs podcast. I am your host, DJ T-Kid.
I'm your co-host. I'll do it like this.
Thank you guys for tuning into another episode of the podcast. You can check us out on your favorite streaming platforms: Apple, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Stitcher, and the Anchor app. Check us out live every single Monday here on Twitch and on YouTube and on Facebook Live at the Industry DJs. Ladies and gentlemen, I haven't seen this man in a long time, and we have a special guest in the building. Shout out to Al for bringing him onto the show tonight. Shout out DJ
Shout out
Drama.
Tibble, first of all.
Wait,
Shout out
wait,
Tibble.
wait. Let's welcome to the show DJ Drama.
Drama in the
guys.
building.
Thank
What
you,
up, bro?
guys.
Thank you.
Jesus.
Thank you guys. It's an honor to be here with you guys.
It was an honor to meet you, bro.
Moguls of the business.
I don't know about that.
You guys have experience in the business, so it's
And
awesome
so do
to
you.
be part of it. You
And
know?
so do you. Yeah, you do. You're full of shit, bro. You
Oh,
forgot our
God.
conversation that night.
What night?
The night that I met this guy. I told you. We'll talk about that in
We'll
a few.
talk about later on.
Hey, Victor Spina Lopez, bro, who's in Arizona. Can you do me a favor and send me some of that fucking weather? It's actually snowing here in Chicago
It's
today.
snowing in
Yes.
Chicago.
Yeah, it's snowing in Chicago
Crazy.
today.
We get 90-degree weather one day, and
Mother Nature is a woman.
we get tornadoes the other, and the blizzards the other. You know,
And Mother Nature's a woman. She's destructive
Crazy.
Right.
and undecisive.
Right.
She doesn't know if she's coming or going.
Right.
Thanks a lot, God.
Real quick.
Thanks a lot, God. Mother Nature couldn't be a Father Nature.
Right.
At least we'd be one solid, all the time. We never change.
Real quick. Happy birthday to Louis Segura, one of the dominating sex. Happy
Yes,
birthday, Louis.
happy birthday.
Birthday love.
All day.
Yes. So
Actually, I just went mind blank. Somebody else just celebrated. Oh, DJ Nonstop. Happy birthday,
DJ
Nonstop.
Nonstop,
Happy birthday, brother, Nonstop. Which is going to be our special guest next week.
Yes.
I'm fucking nervous as fuck,
I already
dude.
made the announcement on the
Oh,
show.
shit.
On the Facebook page. So
Hey, look, it's
He'll be
AJ
tuning in.
Modi, the guy who fucking left 2 of us at the wedding by ourselves. Good job, AJ. Hey, I don't feel. I hurt my back. I gotta go.
all right.
That's what he said. She said.
Right. You want to go through your weekends? Go ahead, Al.
Club karaoke Wednesday, which was decent. Friday I was at Players. Shout out to Nicole for happy birthday, Nicole, and shout out to Fat Teddy for coming and rocking with me. It was fucking slammed. I don't know if you guys saw the video up on my page, but Eddie killed it as always, and you know,
At Players?
yeah, Eddie was with me after he left Mr. Rental,
Okay.
Mr. Nez.
Okay.
Nez, he needed speakers, he needed the QSC, so I guess he dropped them off over to
He
Nez,
did.
and then he stopped over by me, and that was it. And then Sunday I did a wedding with Jay Funk. Shout out to Jay Funk on that. Mr. Adams, Mr. Sketch Adams in the building. What up, bro? And then that was about it. I came home. I got home about 11 o'clock. My wife was on vacation with her girls this weekend, so she
got
came
away
back.
from your ass for the week.
So anyways, my wife was on vacation this weekend with her girls.
Yeah, she got away from
Yeah,
you.
yeah, she got away from me. Yeah,
Yeah.
That wedding you were on Sunday was that Palestinian wedding?
yeah.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. Oh, you saw the video?
Yeah, I saw the video.
That was crazy. That was your fucking dude. My God. Listen, I don't mind bands. I don't mind bands.
They
but
played throughout the
these
night,
guys,
right? They played out the night.
No. Yeah, well, they played it out through the night. We only played an hour. I only played an hour, and it was weird. But yeah, they take up 99% of the time of the dance floor, and which is it's a given, you know, because of the elders and stuff, and the Palestinians and whatever else. But let me tell you something, man. You're a sound guy. I'm a sound guy. Oh my God, the shit they put them speakers through, bro. These guys do not know what clip means.
Yeah, no.
They do not know. No, they think it's a signal button.
No, it's
and they want
crazy.
it bright red.
What's crazy is when they have monitors set up for them. Right?
Yeah, they did.
And then they're like, "All right, crank up the monitor. I can't hear myself,
Yeah.
bro. It's already full. Like,
Yeah.
like
I have no
full
more
send.
room. There's no
Full
more
send.
headroom.
Yeah.
That thing's fucking screaming, stop!
Yeah.
Red means stop, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Redlining is not headlining. I don't know who told you that, but as sound engineers and sound guys,
I
you
don't
ever
know.
do that? We just want to just beat the shit out of you right on the spot.
I don't know.
Don't disrespect speakers, please. I don't care what they are.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane. Even the staff was just like they didn't even want to come in and clean the tables and
was
serve
too
people
loud?
because it was way too far. I mean,
Yeah.
it was, dude. I had my in-ears in there, and Jay's talking to me. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What? Text me. We're standing right next to
I
each other.
can
Just text
relate.
me.
I can relate 100%.
Yeah, you do a lot of Indian weddings. Yeah, I know. I was talking to Gabe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gabe. Yeah. So we'll get into that. We'll get into that. Gladdy. Tutti. Hey, what's up, Alex? What's going on, man? Sorry we couldn't make it yesterday. Sorry. Again, I had a wedding yesterday, and Mr. T Kid, it was on his period.
No, I could tell you why exactly.
He was bleeding.
I'll tell you what happened.
Yeah, Mr. Cross is definitely in the building.
So Friday, I was at Club Icon in Kenosha. What's so funny about that?
No, I was clearing my throat.
Right.
So let me clear my throat.
So
No.
Friday I was at Club Icon over there in Kenosha.
Mr.
Saturday I was supposed to be at Happy Camper in Old Town, but when I got there early. I got there quarter to 7 to get something to eat because I was starving.
Mm-hmm.
And then 7:30 I'm setting up because I started at 8 o'clock over there.
Mm-hmm.
When I get there, they're telling me that I think we double booked you because the other DJ's here.
You would have played paper, axe, scissors.
So luckily I know the other DJ, Mark Jara. So I'm like, dude, when did they hit you up to be booked? They was like,
Last week.
no, they said like late. They said like early. He said early March. I'm like, I think they hit me up around mid-March. Like they had to be after St. Patrick's Day weekend. So, they decided that just let me go home. So I'm like, okay, cool. I still got paid for the night. I
was racist.
Whatever. I still got paid for the night, and I got food,
Damn.
and then I left.
Yeah, and then
And
went
then
home.
yeah, and then Saturday.
He woke up and he was bleeding.
No, Saturday I decided
Get
to.
cramps.
Saturday I decided to. I was gonna do stuff around the house, but then like I haven't heard from my dad in like 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a little bit concerning because he just got back from his trip to Jamaica, but I haven't heard from this man in 3 weeks. So I drove up to Indiana yesterday to see what he was up to. Nice. So that's where I was last night. I got back earlier this afternoon. So unfortunately, I couldn't make it to the funk event. Tickets bought and everything, but I couldn't make it because I was a little concerned about my dad. And my dad, he's doing okay. So
Family first. Family first. I got it. I get it.
So definitely. No, I wasn't on my period or anything like that, Al.
No, I know. If that was to happen, then we'd have major problems.
Problems, right?
Match, what's going on, sir?
Match. What happened to Match Mondays?
What happened to Match Mondays?
No, what happened
you know,
to
Matt. You know.
That was a great interlude
into the show.
Yeah.
You know, I will give it to DJ Match. Match is in the live stream right now. He's actually starting up a Thursday night. This coming Thursday.
Yeah, Diablos, I believe.
Yeah, Diablos in Carpentersville.
Yeah.
So.
Damn, that's far as fuck.
Okay.
But hey, good job. Congratulations. I guess.
So shout out to Match.
No, shout out to her.
Funny story too. Match, like the first time I met him was like one of these little house parties. This was years ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, with everybody that you know in the circle that
it's random.
It's like, what the fuck? I'm surprised we've never met.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, the day I met this guy, so Tibbs, Tibble, are you done? I'm sorry. Were you done?
No, I was just saying.
Were you done?
I'm done.
Well, again, shout out to all the birthday guys. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We appreciate it. Yeah, Alex. Cross. I heard you. And speaking of meeting people, as much as you worked with all these DJs, man, I didn't know you didn't know DJ V. I mean, I just met V. Great guy, but I guess Alex has known him for 10 plus years. So. And he does great work, man. So shouts out to V. And he was our last guest last week. Shout out to V.
Who was with us last week.
Yeah. And unfortunately, shouts out to Funk and the family, you know what I'm saying? And again, our condolences on everybody, that has, Supreme, shouts out to his family and, Dion, all our fallen brothers and sisters, in the DJ community, the GOATs, man. So, our condolences are with them and their families, and let's make that legacy live on, bro. That's all we can say, man. Just keep rocking that music and never let it die, And oh, look who showed up, Peter Ramos, Puerto Rican Southsider.
Drama, what'd you do this weekend?
I was off this weekend, which is a blessing. It's a blessing.
I talked to Gabe, bro.
Busy season's coming up, so I know those 7 days a week work life is gonna come around. So
don't worry, I'll talk to Gabe, bro. This was unheard of.
No, it's a
Did
blessing.
you ask for it off? Because
no, so I'd helped him out the week prior,
Uh-huh.
but he had like a family emergency. So
shit.
He called me last minute. He's like, "Hey man, can you come cover my shift over here?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got you."
Yeah.
Pulled up, clutched it out. He had to handle his family business.
For sure.
So that's what we're all here for,
Yes, sir.
Connection. So
Yeah,
make sure that we all networking, and when things come the wrong way, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, that's what they're here for. But there's a lot of DJs out there that will be like, "Oh, what is it?" And they want a whole fucking biograph or a paragraph of what they need to do.
What's going on? How much to pay?
Yeah, how much is to pay? How many people are going to be there? What can I wear? What can I play? It's like, dude, I just need you to go and control soundboard. That's it, bro. No, you don't even talk. You don't even have to do shit. Just sit there and just make sure my shit's not going to blow up. That's it.
Yep.
Pack it up, put it in the truck, bring it back. You get paid, done deal. Call it a day, right?
Yep, exactly.
These motherfuckers will want a whole paragraph of fucking what they need to do.
Yeah.
I need you to take 10 steps to the left, to the right. I mean, this ain't the cha-cha slide, motherfucker. It's that simple. Just walk in there and fucking just make sure nobody's going to blow and steal my shit. That's it. Call it a day. Pack it up and go home. Unbelievable. Shouts out to those guys out there. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But before we get into everything, Sketch's birthday's this weekend. So shouts out to Sketch on that. Happy birthday.
Birthday month, boy. It's a birthday month.
Yeah, it's my wife's birthday too on the 12th, man. So it's
birthday.
everybody's birthday in April. So shouts out to all the April babies out there. You guys are awesome. My wife's awesome. So I'm just going to guess that you guys are awesome too as well, since you guys share the same sign. So shouts out to you guys. Yeah, we're throwing a little TikTok party for him and then live DJ session. So if you want the information and the address, let me know. Look, it's DJ Pound with 2 Ds. What up, bro? So shout out to yeah, we're doing that on Sunday, this Sunday, over at El Club El Casa. So yeah, we're gonna go TikTok live and do a big ass party for him. And again, shouts out to Sketch on his birthday and my wife on her birthday, and happy pre-birthdays. So.
How's that TikTok thing going for you?
It's going good, man. It's going a little bit too good. It's going a little bit too good. Shout out to Sketch on that one too. Shout out to Sketch on that one.
I'm laughing because this one here was so anti-TikTok.
I was definitely anti-TikTok.
He was
I didn't want
anti-TikTok.
I didn't want China to have all my information like they were saying, but it was.
And they were supposed to shut down this past weekend.
Yeah, I heard. I heard. I heard.
They
You
were
guys
supposed to shut down this past weekend, but they decided to open up the extension again. So.
And who extended it?
Whatever.
Who extended it?
The government did.
Who's in charge
did.
of the government?
Whatever.
You can say his name. Say it loud and say it proud, baby.
I'd rather not. I'd rather
Say
pass.
it. Say it. Oh, you're not pissed off about that, are you?
Sweet Potato Saddam. That's who. He is orange, is he not? Anyways.
Like the sun. Big and bright.
All right. If you want to. Anyways. So
Political.
Drama, thank you for joining us. I know it's been a minute since I've seen this man here.
A hot minute.
I again, Al had to remind me that, we met up over at the Transit.
I think like 8 years ago. 8 years ago.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, because well, first of all, the way I met Drama was Tibble. Tibble, we started working with Gabriel, which is your partner boss.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's doing it's just easier for the sound systems and lighting to be there, and these guys are really good. So, and they give us a really good price. So
yeah, that day Gabe called me. I just come back from Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling Kid that I'm pretty much living in Mexico on my slow days, slow months, and then when it starts picking up,
oh, Jesus.
What you mean?
Sorry, ain't nobody could fucking go to Mexico on their slow days because they're bored.
and then
Shit, I can
when
go
it
to
starts
work to the
picking
park.
up,
This guy
I
walks to
fly back.
Mexico.
But yeah, he gave me a buzz. He's like, "You back from Mexico yet?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just got back." He's like, "Cool. We have an event this weekend." He's like, "We got a new connection with someone that wants to work with us. I want to make sure that goes perfect, so that we build that relationship and continue to grow with it." And I was like, "Yeah, man, tell me what you need me to do." He's like, "I got an event at the Marriott in Schaumburg, and then you were at the Oak Brook Manor in Oak Brook." So he's like, "I'll take over the Oak Brook. You go ahead and do the Schaumburg one." I was like, "All right, cool." And then that day of, he's like, "You know what? Switch of plans. The place at Schaumburg is a hell house right now. Things are not going how it's supposed to go from the beginning." He's like, "Go ahead and go to Oak Brook and just take care of that." I was like, "I got you, man. Like, I'll make sure that I'll take care of his business, like if it was my business."
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's on time.
I pull up, I walk in. I didn't see the DJ, so I was like, you know what? Let me settle down a little bit, go into the back, drop some stuff off, like my backpack, coat. And I see Elle walking through the corner. And I'm like, "What's up, man? You're famous, bro."
Yeah, bro. I was like, what the fuck is famous? What are you talking about? I thought Tibble put him up to something.
And then I'm like, "No, man, I see your show." And he's like, "Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up." And
Thank you.
that was like our first introduction to each other. But
cool.
it was a fun night.
Yeah, it was actually
night.
I mean, the crowd was very intuitive, man. It was not gonna lie, it was a weird wedding.
It was different.
It was definitely different.
But
different.
But at the end of the day, it was
fun.
It was solid.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. Those Dungeons and Dragons kids love to dance,
Yeah.
bro. Because he even said it, bro. The guy, the best man, he was like, "Yeah, I met him, when they were doing their speeches. He was like, "Yeah, I met him over playing Dungeons and Dragons." I was like, "Yeah, I knew it. I knew you looked like that type. I knew it." So yeah, and that was an awkward speech that he had, but it was nice. And shouts out to you on fixing the speaker in the back. And
Yeah, man.
I had to switch it
To
because
be honest,
it was switched. The rooms were switched. The speaker was in the wrong room.
No, wait. So hold on. Drama fixed the speaker.
Because it was his company that was there.
Because
It was their company.
The reason why I'm a little sarcastic because you're sitting next to Mr. OCD to your right. So this one here, something goes wrong. This man will actually go out of his way just to make sure everything goes right.
Yep, absolutely.
So
This guy was all the way downtown one time and he forgot his fucking charger. And I was actually.
Yeah,
That's how you plug in your pill to charge your MacBook.
Yep, that was it. Yeah, he watches the show. I see. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. He watches the show. Good job. He's taking notes.
No,
Danny the Wicked, what's going on?
Low key, that situation with because we were using wireless.
Yeah.
For that PA system in the cocktail hour room.
Yeah.
And I always told Gabe like, "Yo, I don't feel comfortable using this because of the frequencies and blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
And then he's like, when you told me there was issues, I went to go check it out, and I'm like, yo, there's issues. And Gabe's like, figure it out. Literally, that is how I learn stuff.
That's how we all learn, bro.
He's like, figure it out. YouTube it, Google something, call somebody, figure it out.
So yesterday, Jay, it's a perfect example. Jay started using that wedding, but he started using that standalone American DJ DMX controller.
The Wolf Mix?
Yeah, the Wolf
I love
Mix.
that.
Do you?
I love
I
that.
should have fucking called you yesterday. I've used it once and I played with it. I messed around with it, but I was having problems because the same lighting we had at that wedding.
Yeah.
He just bought those two.
Okay.
The two American DJ moving heads.
Yeah.
And with the Wolf Mix, he couldn't figure out how to get him focused.
Gotcha.
You know, the focus,
Yeah.
you know, because they were all off. And then what I did was I put them to the corners and the ceilings, and I put them on a slow spin. And he was like, cool, but I can't get them. And I couldn't get them. And I was on internet, and I'm like, fuck it, whatever. And then the band started playing. I couldn't hear shit. Even outside, I couldn't hear shit, dude. You can hear them clearly outside. So it was just a kind of a pain in the ass. But, you know, I started messing with that thing. That thing's badass.
No, it's
that
once...
thing.
I use it to the point where, like, I'm using my computer to make the scenes, too.
Yeah.
So I don't even need the light fixtures anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, next to me, I can just look at the screen and, you know, when it comes to the event, try them out, and they work how they're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
At first, it was difficult, but now, like,
Yeah, once you get
once you understand it,
but you got to know the profiles.
Yeah.
Once you find out the profiles and you figure that out, I mean, there's ways to learn shit, man, and you know, and it's you know a lot of stuff, man. You impressed the shit out of me that day.
I impress myself sometimes. So I'm like, Jesus,
I could do that.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, and hold on 1 second. I just got to bust Pound's balls real quick because I called this guy twice already, and the guy's never answered his phone. But yeah, he'll text me
When
and
was
says, this was a couple days ago, because I was calling the bus. No, he doesn't work till midnight, bro. He's on the night shift, and I called him in the late evening.
What time?
About 6 o'clock. What are you, a secretary? What
I'm
the
just
fuck?
saying, he's probably
What
sleeping.
do you got a
just
camera in
said-
his room? You got a camera in his room?
You just said
I
that
said
the
late
man-
evening, bro. The guy's up at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
How
at
you
least.
know? He's probably sleeping around that time.
Bro, he does his TikToks, bro. Okay, or he does his Mixcloud. My bad, Mixcloud. I'm sorry.
Anyone
pal.
could make a mix. He just posted. That's all.
Yeah, I know. He's sitting there talking shit. We're all doing lives, and he sits there and he does shit on he does shit on the fucking computer.
I have a couple of mixes I need to make this summer. So
Yeah, he does shit on the
people
computer.
are-
Daryl, what up, Daryl?
People are asking me for mixes, so I have to make a couple of mixes myself. So
It's about fucking time.
I just haven't time to do them. But then I'm getting.
Well, you got
asked to
T-Kid Tuesdays. Why don't you just hit record and call it a day?
I could do that.
Yeah,
but
you
then-
can be.
You can.
Yeah, kill two birds with one stone.
I could do that,
But
but
we're
then,
telling you to do it, so do it.
I could do that. But these two people reached out to me. They want top 40 mixes. So
Well, you play a lot of top 40.
I play a lot of mashups.
Top 40.
I play
Still
a lot
top
of
40?
Top 40 is top 40, right?
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
I play a lot of mashups.
A girl's a girl.
Drama. Tell us about yourself. I'm just gonna.
Oh, well, let's start off with this, man. How long you been DJ for?
That's what I said. Tell us about yourself.
All right, so let's give him a little bit of more fucking.
said
Tell me
for
about
sure.
yourself.
He
I'm
said for
5'5", about 150 pounds. You know, so I don't want to hear that. I want to talk about where you came from, where you originated. Let's
I
go.
was introduced to the industry when I was 17 years old. I would say I was DJing when I was 19. So I'm
How old are
32
you?
now.
Okay.
32 now. And I was mostly part of like the bar scene,
Mm-hmm.
not really the club scene. I did have some exposure in the club scene, but nothing crazy. For me, it started like back then, you know, in the Mexican market. There was these little like dance clubs,
Mhm.
and I know a guy that I kind of connected with, and he was like, "Hey man, I need a ride. Can you like give me a ride over here?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got you." And he had a Hercules controller
Hercules.
on virtual DJ.
There's nothing wrong with VR.
Hey, I don't give a fuck what you play. Oh, can I swear on this?
Yeah, you can fucking say
Or
whatever.
is the SEC
you watch this goddamn show.
gonna
Go
track
fuck.
you guys down and find you. But yeah, he had a Hercules controller and a virtual DJ. But I don't care what you play, as long as you get the job done. It can be virtual, Serato, record box, CDs, vinyls,
Your
whatever
phone?
it is.
Your phone.
As long as you get the job done, you get the job done, right? But yeah, he had the opportunity to show me like, hey man, this is what I do. If you like it, you know, I can show you some tricks, whatever. He gave me a couple songs, and I was like, you know what, I like it. I fuck with it. You know, let's go.
Wait. What kind of songs did he give you first?
he gave me a folder of like some Mexican music.
Oh, boo.
What
Bro.
you mean?
So I'm half Mexican. I love my heritage. I do. I just can't stand that fucking the norteños and the banda.
You
And
don't even
the-
know.
dude, it's just it's like
See,
trap.
I love that shit. I
It's
love
like,
that.
it's like dubstep to me, bro. I can only take so much of that before I just want to the Hulk and shit and start, just going crazy. Sorry, no.
No,
offense.
you're good. You're
Sue,
good.
what's up, Sue?
But that's how it started. And then, at some point, at one point I was like, you know what? Let me buy my own little stuff. And I got my own little Hercules controller too at the time. Because I thought that was what it was. You buy Hercules and you get virtual DJ. I didn't know much more about it. But then I realized like I wasn't shit. I was like, I sucked. I was like, nah, I'm done. I'm done. Then I met another group of people from Elgin. And that's when like the whole group of the Elgin DJs started coming out. And there was like at least like 25 of us.
Damn.
At least 25.
And that was back in the day.
That was like,
Now there's like 1 million of you in Elgin.
yeah. But out of that little group that we were in, and this was like the house party juke era, right? This is when people found vacant homes.
Yeah.
Let's break into the homes. And
No, we never did shit like
Oh.
that. Elgin,
No, some of these party crews back in the. I'm surprised that drama brought it up because when we had like people like Royce and like Ecstasy, like they never brought it up, but like the house party crews, they would find a vacant house.
yes.
Yeah.
And they would actually throw a party in there. Sometimes it would get busted up by the police. Sometimes it won't.
Elgin,
90% of the time it got busted.
I'm gonna call Elgin 8 Mile.
Whatever.
Dude, you guys are ruthless. We never broke into houses. We knew these people that owned the houses.
No,
We'd
we
fuck
did.
them up.
We
But
did.
yeah,
No,
And then
we
there's also those who like they pay people.
I got a name for you guys. You guys are the party squatters.
You stupid. And they had people that actually threw parties, like pay the homeowners to throw a party at their house and stuff like that. And
No, it was wild, man. I didn't even realize like how like the whole like all that how that project was until like after the fact. Like, bro, they had like promoters promoting the event. They had security at the door, people getting carded
In a stolen house?
on a stolen house.
That's like
man.
putting insurance on a stolen car.
Yo, they had the whole club set up in a vacant home.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
But like that crew that popped up in Elgin, there was like 25 of us. I think now, like out of that same group that we were in, maybe like 4 of us are still doing
Really?
in the market. Yeah.
Wow.
That's how I met Match at a house party.
Sorry to hear that.
Stop it.
Was it on a Monday? Because, he was supposed to be doing
No.
match Mondays,
No,
got
I don't
it.
even know what day it was, but it was funny because a friend of mine is like from school is like, hey man, I got a house party. Can you be a DJ? I was like, sure, why not? And then
So how were your skills at that point?
they were better. At that point, I had already upgraded. I had bought my first set of CD players.
What kind of CD players?
1000s.
Sorry to hear that.
MK2s.
You ain't
MK2s.
you ain't playing the fucking broke game. That's for damn sure.
No, that was my first set. MK2s.
Sorry to hear that.
I loved them. So I still have them to this day.
Are you rich? Yeah, you're rich. I'm gonna go with you, rich. Yeah, you got a house in Mexico that when you get
No.
bored here in Chicago, you go there.
I was told that the guy on this platform, the guy is rich, is right here.
Nope,
Oh, yeah,
nope,
yeah, he
nope,
pointed to
no,
you.
no,
He
that's
pointed
what
to
I
you,
said.
bro.
not
He
rich,
pointed to
not
you.
rich at all.
That's what I was told.
You know what? That night he asked me at the
Yeah.
wedding. He goes, "Is Alex TK really rich?" I go, "Yeah, and he's Dominican
No,
too."
I'm not. Stop
Yeah,
it.
I swear to you. I
Yeah,
swear.
bro.
rich.
Ain't nobody got a junk drawer full of iPhones and fucking iWatches.
A junk drawer full of iPhones?
Yeah, that's what.
I don't have a junk drawer full of iPhones.
Yeah, you do.
No, I
told
don't.
me.
You
You
did.
told
Yeah,
me that
you
you-
told him
No,
on the
I
show.
don't. No.
You said it on the show.
No, I had
Yes,
a
you
no,
said it on the
no,
show.
I had an Android that I was trying to get rid of.
Yeah,
I had
and a GoPro.
I had a couple of GoPros I'm trying
And a
to get
couple
rid of.
GoPros. What else?
That's
Apple
it.
Watch.
That's it.
An Apple Watch.
An Apple Watch, and I got rid of that. But that's about it.
And what else?
That's it.
Oh, you're selling your PLXs too?
Yeah. So,
Promote that right now, man.
He's been promoting it, bro. Ain't nobody want that. They want the Cross 12s.
oh well, they're not getting it.
No, because you know why? Because Sketch is waiting for those PLXs.
No, but
That's his graduation present.
The PLXs?
Yeah,
You gonna buy them?
we'll talk about that
Okay.
later.
Go ahead, drama.
No. And obviously, like during that house party era, it all died down quickly. Quickly, bro. Like it ended. House parties disappeared.
You know, I always wonder what happened with that. Like, why the house party shut down like that so damn? Like, it just stopped abruptly.
It did.
Like,
Yeah, bro, because they were fucking locking people up and
nah.
Sue, I love you to death.
What happened?
Sue is the GOAT right now
What happened?
for her comment.
Oh, I don't have a cat. I don't have a cat. Go ahead.
He's the wifeless cat man.
Go ahead. Yeah, Matt just said it too. He's like, it died.
Love you, Sue.
He said
Yeah,
it died.
it died. Like it was like from one weekend to another. Like that was it. There was no more house parties.
Wow.
I don't-
Dude, you guys
I
were
don't understand
ruthless
it. I
out
don't
there, bro.
understand it.
Yeah.
I don't understand it at all.
Elgin's actually, I heard of Elgin until I actually saw Elgin. I was like, damn, this fucking place is big.
You
bro.
never been?
I've been to Elgin. Yeah, now I have, but when I was younger, no. Like I said, we didn't leave the
I've
city
been,
limits.
I've been. Oh, yeah.
We didn't, as DJs, we wouldn't go out of the, because that's why I was never at half these places that you were at. You know what I'm saying? Because there were I went to Elgin, the first, actually.
Because Medusa's was in Elgin.
Yeah, it was. But I started Elgin. I started not Elgin, but Belmont, and then we went
And
to
I played there
Congress.
too. I played there. I think it was
I went there once. I went there once. It was a dope ass
2019
place.
2019. I
I
played
played there too.
It was over there by the casino.
Yeah,
Right by the casino.
I
Yeah.
played at Jet, which is the first floor.
Yeah.
And then I
yeah.
played upstairs too.
That place was so fucking.
And that's another goat,
place
man.
is
Rest
so
in
damn
peace, man. Dave Medusa,
Dave
man.
Medusa's,
I mean,
the place is so
Dave,
damn strict.
It's crazy. I mean, strict is an understatement. Man.
Yeah, and
Really?
Medusa's. Hell yeah, that could. You could be wearing like you could be dressed down to the nines, but if they'll be finding one thing they can't let your ass in, and yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it was like that, man. Because back when Medusa's was around, you could wear whatever the fuck you wanted.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Not
full-
Elgin.
full-
And then the
fuck
same
it.
thing with that place. I remember when like there were like when I was younger, I couldn't even like I was like 12. I would drive down that street and you would see lines
Yeah.
to the corner. And
Yeah,
then,
but that was the only spot out there at the time.
and then
That's true.
abruptly that ended too. You know.
Unfortunately, Dave
Yeah.
passed away, and then well, that just ended now, right? Recently, yeah, like 2 years ago, right? A year or two.
No,
it
I
had
think a
to
little
be
bit
longer
longer
than that.
longer.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Unless the village shut him down. Oh no, actually, Dave got sick. That's right.
Well, I think someone was trying to buy it or rent it out, but the city said no.
Yeah, because that place, you couldn't tell that it was a place because there is no sign that says Medusa's.
I know.
You
It was
had
like an old ass warehouse.
it was like it would just look like a building, like with no name, no nothing like that. Like you have to like know the address.
It was
just to
actually
get
an old
there.
machine shop, from what I heard.
Oh,
It
really?
was, yeah, it was an old machine shop back in the day, and then that's why it was so big. It was like they would do. There was a tool and die and a machine shop in there
Makes
for a
sense.
while.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
that place was. I love that natural brick look. I do.
Yeah.
I love that natural brick look. It's just so.
I remember
top.
one time.
So Match commented. He said about the house price, like it was just an era that and then the next generation didn't carry the torch
Facts.
on, which is true
Facts.
because nowadays these new generations is like they just all over the place. They so wayward, like they outside. They don't
Yeah.
party no more.
No, because they don't leave their houses no more.
Yeah.
Thanks, TikTok.
Shut up.
Thanks, TikTok, and your 18 billion DJs on that motherfucking platform. Good job, TikTok.
This coming from someone. Go
That does. I'm a TikToker now. That's how I know.
You're a TikTok DJ.
I'm a TT.
You're a TikTok.
I'm a
DJ.
titty.
Anyway, so go ahead, Jarvis. So you're talking about
Yeah, so the house party era ended, and then that's when I started meeting other people in the industry, and I met Sleepy.
you should stay home.
I've met
Stay home,
Daryl. You know,
Daryl's cool. Daryl's cool. Sleepy's questionable.
I met
been on the show.
Love you, Sleepy.
Them two been on the show. So.
Yeah, of course I
I've
know.
met Don Carlo too down the road.
Did you get his autograph?
Yeah, I should have at the
telling
time.
you,
It
bro.
might be worth money now, you know.
That's worth a lot of shit now, bro. Telling you.
Crazy.
DJ V, what up, DJ V? Thank you for the awesome, but unfortunately sorrowful podcast last week, man. I appreciate you.
And then when I met Sleepy at the time, he's like, dude, like, you need practice. Like, all I did was house parties, so I didn't know what
Who said that to you?
Sleepy did. He's like, you need practice, like, let's just put him some work. And I
Isn't
was
that
like,
the fucking pot calling the kettle black?
What you mean?
No, I'm fucking around. I'm just teasing. I'm just playing. But you never walk up to somebody and say that, bro. Who does that?
Wait,
you know
hold
what?
on,
I
hold on.
believe
Sleepy's got no filter, though.
I
Let
believe
this man
I believe that
I believe I can fly.
I can take criticism, and feedback, whether
Yeah.
it be positive or negative. Like, you take it how you take it, right? But if you don't sugarcoat it, that's how I take it. Like, give me it black and white. And sure enough, man, like, I under his wing, he kind of molded me to like what he was doing, and he would pass me off gigs. Like, hey, man, take a gig here, take a gig there. Cool. And he was giving me the opportunities to like kind of evolve in the market, in the Mexican market for weddings and quinceañeras and bautizos and all that stuff. So, it worked out with him. To this day, we still kind of work together. He still does his own stuff, but, it's been a blessing to know him. Daryl, a lot of the guys that I still keep in touch with, just because, it's a long journey. and that a lot of people, in the market, like I said, the 25 people that were DJs at the time, only like 3 or 4 of us like survived. You know, so it's cool. It's cool.
Well, shouts out to Sleepy on that, bro. I mean, yeah, he's a commodity out there, and then so is Daryl. Daryl.
He just commented. Daryl just commented. He said, "Tell us why he touched you."
Sleepy, you touched.
Shut up.
Daryl's a little jealous, man. Daryl's a little jealous.
Dude, don't be. There's no reason to be, bro, at all.
Freddie,
but hey, whatever. Hey,
Freddie,
whatever.
LED robot, what's doing?
Freddie, what up, bro? Hey,
LED bot, what's going on?
I love
sir?
that fucking that promotional video he just did.
He
You
did.
seen it?
Yeah, I saw it.
That shit's dope, dude. Cinematographer. I didn't know you know Don Carlos's wife. Nah, but good job, though. That shit was dope. So Sleepy took you under his wing, huh?
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
And
because of Sleepy,
because of him, I was able to get into the markets that I was able to get into.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, that day I met Kid, like, was because of Sleepy.
Sorry to hear that.
Shut up.
Thanks, Sleepy.
I hate that day to this day.
I know, right, man? Fucking, it's like, ugh.
Like we were talking about it when you were
Before
when you were cooking. Like, we were talking about it.
No, it's physically cooking, not cooking anything else.
Yeah, no, we're talking about it.
Shit drama.
About what you mean?
No, it's fucking Juan or Sleepy.
Oh, about the
Said
we're
drama,
talking.
don't say nothing.
We were talking about that and that whole audition process over at Transit.
That was the first day when I realized it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Wow.
That's when I realized that's a truth. That's fact.
Well, in that case, yes, because
The person that got that spot was because he knew someone.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
And kudos to him. Kudos to him. You know, not bashing him. Like, hey man, like you took advantage of that moment. Go for it.
And
Damn, Sleepy must be popular because DJ V knows him too.
Hey, Sleepy's a famous guy, man.
I guess so, man. He's underrated, man. Damn, Sleepy.
Yeah,
I'm
because-
sorry for whatever I said, Sleepy. I love you. You know that, bro. We're boys, bro. I love you, Sleepy.
Yeah, no.
I bust his balls a lot.
Yeah, Dropper, you're right because especially with those promoters, it's like, it's pretty much what you know. I mean, who you know, especially with those promoters. So
There was like 120 of us there in line,
It was,
and at one point they got tired and they're like, "All right, guys, we call it a night." And there's only 5 of us left, right?
Oh,
It was
pissed.
that was yeah.
There was only 5 of us left.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that night they post something on Facebook, calling all auditions, and like a shit ton of DJ showed up that night.
So that's what I was gonna ask you. Explain that to me because I imagine this, this whole
So,
juice thing where they were all, and and Queen Latifah comes out. No,
So
you ain't
V5
ready, Nick. You gotta work on your craft.
So
you know?
V5 was holding auditions for a DJ to be part of the DJ team because not only you were DJing at Transit, you could be DJing other spots too. So I remember I got off work and I showed up there. It was like after 5 o'clock. There was a shit ton of DJs there. Everyone with their backpacks on,
Controllers.
that too. Yeah.
I would have segregated all the ones. Everybody who brought a controller to this side. Now you guys can go home.
Everybody was waiting.
You can go. You can go home.
Everybody was waiting in outside.
We were outside for like a hot minute until they're like, "All right, you guys can come in."
Everybody was waiting outside to see where, waiting to be called. And it was pretty much first come first serve because you were in line and stuff like that. So in the meantime, while the other DJs inside that room DJing for like a good 10-15 minutes, everyone was talking and stuff like that. Yeah, that's how it was. It was an audition process. It was an audition process.
I've never done that. I've seen it on TV and I heard about it, but I've never seen it. It's kind of like a leprechaun.
Yeah.
I've never had an audition process.
Yeah. No, it was an audition process. So that's where everybody was up. And then it's interesting because we did talk about this before we started the show tonight, and it's like even though that most of those DJs only pick what 1 or 2 DJs
Out of 150 that were in
There's a lot
line?
of DJs.
There's a lot.
There was a lot of DJs.
I mean, bro, yeah, you guys were there from sunrise to sundown.
No, it was a lot of DJs. So imagine. So you know how it says Chicago was saturated with so many DJs.
Yeah.
That one room, that one night, you would see a shit ton of DJs there.
Yeah.
And then some of the and at that time was some DJs that I haven't seen in a minute.
It was like
and
a reunion.
And then some DJs I met like Drama, and then like there was other DJs I saw like I think Jason was there.
Jason?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he was there.
Wow.
That's where I met Julio also. Ecstasy.
Yeah, Ecstasy
He
was
was
there.
literally in the same, like we were all in the
Ecstasy
same
was
spot.
there. Yeah,
Because y'all motherfuckers woke up late. That's why.
No,
wasn't
no,
even
no.
that.
The worst part is that
The last in line, you guys woke up late.
No,
This is-
they
yeah.
got
Even
to
that?
they got to try out. The cutoff point was where I was at. Like, they're all right, Coolio, you can go home. Like, it is what it is. And there was like 3 or 4 more people behind me. And
I
was
remember-
like,
I remember
damn, that's salty.
I
as
remember
hell.
I went up there for like I went up there that DJ for like the 10, 15 minutes.
So you got in?
I got in, but then I was like,
So when you
thought-
explained the story to me, I thought you guys were, you're Great America. You guys were just bunched
No,
up.
we were in line. We were in line.
line.
And then he got to, he was in front of me. Julio was in front of me too. And like other people were in front of me. And they all got to try out. The cutoff point was where like I thought I was
That
going
was
to go.
fucked up, though. I ain't
And
gonna
then they're
lie.
like, all right, Barry comes out with the guy from B5. He's like, all right, guys,
That was
we're
fucked up,
calling you
though.
tonight.
That was fucked up.
He's like, if we don't find someone, we'll give you guys a buzz. Drop down your name and number.
It's fucked up. But we all know at the end of the day they found someone.
Yeah.
That they knew.
Yeah, the first 3 fucking DJs that were in there.
They found
Probably.
someone that they knew.
Fuckers.
So it is what it is. It
Fuckers?
happened,
No, I'm joking.
but everything
That's fucked up.
everything worked out for a reason.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was a meet and greet. Just think about it that way. Hey, you guys figure it out. Hey, there's more than one. There's a lot of DJs here.
yeah.
So
And
what was
there's
this
a
on a
lot-
Saturday? Saturday during the
It was
day?
during the week.
It was
Oh, it
the
was
week.
during
It
the
was
week.
like a Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, it
No
was like during the
shit.
week. It was during the week.
So can you imagine 150 DJs lined up, all with book bags and controllers?
It was
I
a
would've-
lot. It was a lot, but it was during the week, and there was like a lot of DJs. Again,
I told you how to fucking lessen that line. Anybody who brought a controller to the left, please. You guys are now. You can go home. You brought a controller. You're done. You're marked off. If you can't use our shit, have a nice day. Did you bring a controller?
Nah, man.
Did you?
I know. I had my
No,
backpack.
yeah.
Okay, that was just asking.
No, I have a backpack.
I was just asking because you're gonna get the smack it down it.
Shut up. But they had my backpack. But it took. It was a process. It
House
was
13, what up, bro?
What's up? What's up, House 13?
Ooh, Mr. Sleepy.
So
Wow.
Anyways.
Tough words, bro. Tough words, bro. Fuck you. Fuck him. Fuck him. Wow.
So-
Sleepy, tell us really how you feel.
all right. So after the house party days, drama, where did your journey lead to?
Yeah, so I met Sleepy. He was telling me like, molding
Stop
me.
saying that out loud.
Stop
I
it.
have to, bro. Giving him props, man.
Nah, he's dope.
Without him,
He's cool.
there is no me. So like, he was molding me, and it's crazy because I always wanted to be part of like the club scene. I thought I was ready, and then he would be like, "Nah, man, you're not ready yet." Like, and he was a residency. He had a residency in South Elgin at the time. I think it was called Tequilas at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he was working there, and I thought I was ready, but he was like, "Nah, chill for a little bit, practice more, keep grinding, and then eventually, we can work something out here." And then he left that, and I think he started working for B5 right away, and he was already in the club scene there.
So he got called back. Good job.
And
Stop
then-
it.
He got the call back. Well,
Stop it.
good job.
Well,
Good job, Sleepy.
Well, the tryouts were after the fact. That's when
Well, he still got the call back.
But he got the call back, But he was already working for V5 at the time. And at this point, I was calling it quits because I was like, dude, like, I'm not going to go anywhere with this. Like, all I'm doing is these little petty parties, whatever. And then he actually gave me my first residency place in Stone Park called Bravo's Bar.
Oh, in the strip mall?
Yeah.
The one in the strip mall?
No. I know where Bravos is. It
was like right before Club 64, I believe.
Yeah, it's it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
But I know where it is exactly. I don't know the tip. It's on Lake Street. But I don't.
Yes.
It's on Lake Street, going past 25th Street, going towards I forgot that hospital. I think it.
I know where you're at.
Yeah. So it's around there.
That's really hood over there.
Not really. Not really. It's not. It's
By the trailer park?
No.
That's
No.
the trailer park?
It's past there.
Okay.
So if you're
Yeah, because I was by that trailer park a couple of weeks ago. Bro.
No, it's
It was
past
during the
there.
day, I
So
wouldn't
it's
go there at
past.
night.
Like I said, you're crossing 25th in Lake. You're going into that area over there in Stone Park.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's not there anymore, obviously. So
Yeah, but that was like my first residency, and it was cool because it was like a little bar. At first, it was dead, but I guess they had an agreement, like we're gonna try it out for a couple months to make sure that it picks up. Doesn't matter if it's slow or if it's busy. We're still gonna pay you. And I was like, cool. And sure enough, like within about 3 weeks, word started getting around the area. People started going there, and it was popping.
Nice.
It was popping. It was good.
What were you playing?
It was open format, so
Nice.
they wanted hip hop, they wanted Latin, they wanted a little bit of everything, and it was going good, and I was there for about like 4 or 5 months.
Nice.
And then I think, if I remember correctly, the city came down on them because they didn't have permits
Oh
Ooh,
shit.
yeah, no,
to
yeah.
do events like after a certain time,
Yeah.
and they got fined. And I guess you know what, they called it quits on the events, and then I was out of the gig at that point. And then again, I told Sleepy, like, you know, man, I think I'm calling it quits. I'm done. He's like, I don't got a spot. And then he's like, you know what, we'll figure something out. And then he started giving me like little side gigs, weddings, you know, baptisms, small parties. And I was doing that for a bit too. And then eventually he started working. He left V5 and he worked at Los Fernandez in Hoffman Estates.
Oh, I remember that spot.
No, I never heard of it.
Damn.
That place was at its
That
at its
place was
peak.
poppin'.
At its peak.
Yeah.
That place was popping. Cause I remember that. I remember
What's up, Cal?
it was a decent spot, and there a lot of people was there.
Yeah.
A lot of people was
Never
there.
heard of it.
Yeah, I remember.
It was they did a lot of Latin,
Yeah.
but it was popping.
that
That's
place
so-
was that man.
And then
Damn, I gotta give Sleekin. Hey, Corlin, what's up, man?
I
I
remember-
gotta
I
give
remember-
fucking Sleepy his flowers,
I
bro.
remember-
This
I
guy was bigger than
remember-
I thought.
I remember they did promo events there, stuff like that. Like I remember the promo videos. That place was busy.
All right, I'm sorry, Sleepy. I'm giving you your flowers, bro.
DJ GM, what's going on, sir?
GM, what up, bro? What's going on?
But yeah, it was busy. It was
yeah,
busy.
and he's like on a random like Wednesday, he's like, "Hey man, I gave your number to this guy. He's gonna call you. If he calls you, pick up that fucking phone."
Yeah.
I was like, "Who's gonna call me?" He's like, "Just pick up the fucking phone."
Yeah.
He's like, "It's a random number. Just pick it up." I was like, "All right, cool."
So I fucking grab the suitcase
Yeah,
and take
yeah,
it to point 8 at the hotel, and yeah, I got it.
This
now.
was like a
Damn.
Wednesday. You know, on Thursday I get the call. This guy named Tommy. He was the one who handles the DJs, the karaoke in Los Fernandez. And he's like, "Hey, is this Julio?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, Sleepy told me that he knew someone that was willing to work with us, and you know, we're looking for a fourth DJ to join the team. Our plan is to have rotating DJs, three on a weekend, and then switch out one every other week. And I was like, "Cool, that works." He's like, "All right, I want you here Saturday." And I was like, "Damn, all right, cool, let's do it." At this time, I was not playing in Splot for about 7 months.
Mhm.
So it was like a 7-month break between I was playing somewhere
No, were you practicing?
here and there, but not consistently because I was calling quits at this time.
Right. And I had one more question to go back. Now, when you were doing other stuff with Sleepy and you were doing these private events, were you contracted to Sleepy or did you have your own contracts?
No, it was through Sleepy. Everything.
Okay, so everything, so if you fuck up, it's on him.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Good job.
Good job. He says. Wow.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like I was rusty, you know, but like once I got the opportunity to do that event, I was like, I'm gonna grind it out again. And I started practicing more and, you know, getting on my grind. And sure enough, we were there for about 2-3 years.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's a long time for a residency.
Los Fernandez is a good spot. They always have
And they were in Elgin, you said?
Oh,
Hoffman
Hoffman
Estates.
Estates.
Hoffman Estates.
I know where it
Which
is.
Yeah, borderline. I know.
Golf in I think it's Barrington Road or Bodie. It's around there. But yeah, now they do karaoke's on Sundays.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's on Golf.
it's on Golf
It's on Golf. It's in the strip mall.
next to Mariano's.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to work for Schaumburg Honda Suzuki motorcycles.
Okay,
I was
Yeah,
there
yeah.
for a while, so I know. No, that's when you said Bodie. I was like, Bodie was right there. So I'm trying to figure
Yeah,
out
the other side is like a forest preserve.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's in the strip mall.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
There's like a grocery. Yeah, Mariano's is right there. So yeah. yeah.
Sleepy's a pimp.
yeah.
Oh, Daryl.
But yeah, I remember that spot. Damn.
Wow.
And then from there, like we all went our separate ways. I started working at Vallarta now, but it used to be called Control in South Elgin.
Ew.
Yeah, that was my home. That was my base at that
Control.
point. I was there for years.
I wanted to play
years.
there.
I'm pissed off at Sleepy right now.
Why? Because he
Because-
didn't book you for gigs?
No, bro. No, because when he was on the show, he didn't tell us all this shit.
So
He didn't- dude, well, why you holding out, bro? Why you fucking holding out, Sleepy? Damn,
I
bro.
remember Control. Damn.
Yeah, that
Control nightclub with a K.
Control.
Yeah, and at that time
Control
I
with
was
a K.
I was there with Karma.
Oh, yeah, I heard about
Yeah.
that place. I heard about that. I never been there.
Gonzalo was the DJ there. He was one of the 4 remaining DJs of the Elgin crew that was there.
Mhm.
He was already there. He was the one that got me into there. And then he went his own way too. But I stayed there. I was there for like 5 years. 5 years. And then I called it quits from there. And that's when I started doing my private events. and eventually met up with Gabe, and we're here now.
That's interesting. So you don't know Fast Eddie either?
I've met Fast Eddie,
Okay.
but I met him through Daryl also, I believe.
Okay.
And through another guy named Comple. But like it wasn't like a long conversation. It was like what's up to each other, and that's pretty much
Yeah,
it.
he's good. He's one of our guys. So yeah, he's good. He's good people. He's real good people. Shout out to Sketch. Shout out to Gladdy for the stars. We appreciate it, guys. Love you. Dude, wow. Sleepy wasn't sleeping, huh?
He wasn't.
Nah, I see
He
that.
wasn't.
I hear that.
So then started off. So when you started off DJing drama, you said you started off doing open format. So
Now he started off with regional Mexican.
Yeah.
He said,
we started off with regional and
maybe
Mexican.
if you fucking listen.
I listen, but
Yeah, you listen to your older ass.
what?
Nothing.
No, he started off playing. He said he started off playing regional, but then so when did you start opening up your library and started to do?
When I went to the Bravos, my first residency,
Okay.
because they wanted a little bit of everything.
Gotcha.
And then I was like, all right, cool. I let me practice on it, and I got it. And
Where were you
enough,
getting your music from at the time? Sleepy?
different pools. No,
That's
different pools.
one of the questions towards the end. Okay,
Yeah,
hold
different
on.
pools.
That wasn't.
It is.
That's not one of our ending questions.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Where do you get your music from?
yes,
We don't.
yes.
When the fuck did you start that?
When we had
You asked that once,
no.
3 months ago.
Anyways, go go ahead, drama. Go ahead.
No,
drama.
yeah, I would get my music from pools, pay a subscription or
Mm-hmm.
pay per song, depending which pool it was, or credits at the time,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you pay a
Crooklyn.
certain amount of credits.
Thanks, Crooklyn.
Shut up.
It was
clan.
expensive. It was expensive.
Yeah, no shit.
But it made a difference to like the quality of music you're getting to. So
What kind of? Man, I'm sorry. I'm
So-
gonna ask
so-
you this. Hold on. Wait. Mac or PC? When you first started?
Mac.
I'm sorry, but most regional guys, and I'm not talking shit.
You
I'm
sound
just,
like you are.
This is what you see.
Sound like you
most
are.
regional Mexican DJs don't have Macs. They all have PCs.
It sounds like you are.
That ass. No, I'm just saying they all have PCs. There's nothing wrong with PCs. As long as it's got a good RAM and you got a good hard drive and
When I was introduced to it, I had a PC. But when I was actually DJing, I had a Mac.
okay. Cool. No, I was just curious.
Edwin commented. He said that you controlled the Latin remover at Control. You ran the control room. I mean, you ran the Latin remover at
So
Control
yeah,
nightclub.
so Control had two different rooms. They
That I remember. Yeah.
they had the Latin urban room, and then they had the straight regional music room. And the regional music room had a DJ that would play in between the groups or bands switching off, so there was no dead music or dead air going on.
Yeah.
And then the Latin room was playing consistently all night.
So it was primarily all Latin.
All
regardless.
Latin, reggaeton, a little bit of house music, a little bit of hip hop, whatever.
Okay.
But it was mostly Latin, that was going on in that room.
Right. There's
And that time it was only there was two DJs, but one would play all night,
Okay.
and it got old really quick.
What do you mean?
As in, like, yo, I'm here from like 9 to 3, 9 to
Yeah.
2. You're like,
And you're only
Dude,
DJing
like-
for fucking 3 hours out of that whole
Exactly.
time, yeah.
and then there'll be times where the busy room, which is the regional Mexican room, was popping, and you only had like 10 and 15 people on your dance floor. So it was rough. It was
Yeah.
rough. And then eventually, like, after conversations, we're like, dude, you know what? We need someone else, at least to give the guy a break. Like, have him have a smoke break, have him go to the bathroom, whatever.
Why don't you just take the one that when the band's on, he could take his break,
They didn't think about that,
save money.
It happened down the road. They're like, after we were complaining about it, we're like, you know what, dude? Like, we need someone else.
Called common sense. Sorry.
And then eventually they hired another DJ, and then we were just switching off, and that was happening throughout the night. But that room was popping at some points. Once they got busier and started getting known, we were promoting that room more than we were promoting the regional Mexican room. And yeah, we were having bigger crowds,
That's awesome.
and then just people that wanted to dance to that music. So we're like, yeah, let's keep them going. Let's find ways where we can keep them, like bar specials, like passes where they get a discount to come in if it's the same people coming in all the time. So we were trying to make systems to like keep those people coming back.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a big Latin population out that way too.
Yeah.
Schomburg, Kaufman,
yeah.
Elgin is all Latinos.
Yeah, it was a long 5 years, but it was up and down, but mostly good. Mostly good.
Well, I mean, as long as it was which benefited you because the owners obviously knew exactly how the business worked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they went on you to promote and do all this shit.
Yeah.
They had their own promoting staff, and and you guys did your thing too as well. But
Yeah, unfortunately, the promoting staff wanted you to promote too. So
yeah,
And
well,
then
I
we
mean,
talked
it's a
about
team
this.
effort, of course.
Yeah, of
you're
course,
gonna
of course.
promote, but I'm not gonna take the blame when nobody's here.
But in some of these places, like they really put the emphasis on you to start promoting the place. When all you're there to do is
Well,
just
I'm gonna
DJ.
emphasize that.
I
I'm
mean-
gonna promote it. If nobody comes, nobody comes. I can't.
I
help that.
mean, the best you could do is make a post, make a video,
right,
and
yeah,
come
share something.
exactly. But
Yeah.
like you can't like force all the promotion on the DJ. That's where you have promoters there or bartenders there as well. They could do the work too.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
just my
and then
opinion.
eventually I'd have like little touch places like in the city. I had, because of Sleepy again, I had the opportunity to play at Concord. It was a V Live like end of V Live first event of Concord.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That was
yeah.
like the first event I had at the city, and it was because Sleepy was like, "Hey man, come along with me. You're gonna play a set over there." I was like, "Cool, let's do it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you shit yourself?
I did. I
Yeah.
did.
So it was packed.
It was.
That
It
was
was. That was my first like city like experience.
Yeah. Damn, and you fell in love.
Yeah, I did.
Started looking for apartments the next day. In
Oh,
that
stop!
area.
Hell no, I wouldn't.
I would
fuck
never.
with
I
them.
would never. I
Right.
would never live in the city.
Thank
man.
you.
I would
I'm right
never.
with you. I lived in the city once, and that was for like 4 years.
Yeah, right
years,
across
yeah.
the street from
I
Little
would
Villa.
rather have my
Little
own
bit.
parking spot.
Right,
Man.
right, yeah.
You can
No, you can't.
just put a bucket in a broom.
You stupid. Stupid.
I grew up in Chicago. It is what it is.
So, I don't think we didn't ask this question. Why DJ Drama? Like, why that name?
I was telling Al about this.
I wanted to know. I was like, you're not full of drama, are you? he's from Elgin, so no, I'm fucking around.
Nah, I'm just very dramatic, man. So like, I was anything that would happen, like I would make a big scene out of it, and they're just like, dude, you're dramatic, and I was like, cool, whatever, and eventually the name just kind of stuck as Drama. Just I would always, the smallest issue, I'd make a big scene out of it.
But wasn't Crucial Conflict was drama DJ? They had DJ
There's
drama,
a DJ,
right?
There's a DJ Drama.
Yeah, it was.
the
He was
mixtape
with,
DJ.
yeah, he was with Crucial or fuck, what else? What other?
He's the mixtape DJ.
yeah, but he used to go on tour with
Gangsta
Crucial.
Grills.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I
Gangsta
said
Grills,
Crucial
DJ
Conflict. Yeah, he wasn't doing salsa.
Yeah. So what?
He wasn't. Hey, look, it's Cabron. Speaking of Cabrons, what's up, Cabron? How you doing, bro? Jay Nendes, what's up, bro?
yeah. So that was
Damn.
full of
I
drama.
still, dude. If I ever pissed you off, Sleepy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you and I respect you, Sleepy. When he was on the show, he never talked about how deep this was, and until you hear it from somebody else's mouth, it's like, bro, why are you holding out, bro? He's being very, very humble, man.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
dope.
And I think in
That's
this
dope.
industry, that's like a key thing, being humble, being able to like.
Yeah, because he could have told us something
yeah.
around that. He
Yeah.
didn't come close.
Yeah.
He didn't come close that he was the man, the myth, the legend. He was very modest when he was on our show, bro. Like he barely did shit, bro. Like, Daryl was the boss, and Daryl I obviously it was all smoke and mirrors. And actually, Sleepy was the boss, so he was tricking us. Sleepy wasn't sleeping. Shouts out to Sleepy
he
on
was,
that,
he was
bro.
awake. He was
Yeah,
awake.
no shit, damn,
So
bro.
you played only.
What's up, Jose? Thank you.
So how many spots did you play in the city? Because
In the city, I only had that one opportunity.
over at Concord.
Yeah, and then at that point, like I started getting my own like opportunities. I worked at Quintana Reyes in Aurora.
Damn.
Never heard of that either.
I've heard of it. Damn.
Yeah,
Never heard of that.
It was.
Because you're the blackest Mexican anybody will ever meet.
up.
He's the one who plays a regional and norteños and bro, yeah, dude. I'm telling you, bro. When they had Mambos,
he was.
I
it
was
was
there,
him
I
and
was
Nez.
there, I
It was
was
him and
in there, I
Nez.
was in
The
there.
two blackest guys that
I
they
was
could
in
find
there.
to play the
I
most
was in there.
Mexican
I was
music
in there.
was him and Nez. The two blackest guys. No offense, dude. I'm not saying that they can't say anything, but dude, that's why I call him the Dominican DJ.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Anyways, Al. Anyways.
But yeah, I was at a Quinta, Zero Gravity.
My first residency.
That
I've
was
never
my,
been
that,
there.
that was actually the first club as a kid that I attended. Like,
That was my first residency.
and when I was there, I was like, dude, this is where I want to be. Like, I was 16. I was like, yo, this is it. And I told myself, one day I'll be here. One day I'll be here.
That was my first residency. I played the main room. I was a closing DJ at Zero Gravity, playing the main room. So after the headliner would hop off, I would be there from 2 to 4. 18 years old at that damn spot.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Very.
Because at that time, after the headliner hops off, this is when people starting to leave. And at the time,
Who was the headliners?
I was about to say at the time they would always bring in Caffeine, DJ Caffeine.
Yeah.
Dope DJ.
And then I forgot his.
Was it true about the kids and the drugs over there?
What do you mean?
A lot of rollers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be honest.
Yeah.
They're not even around
They're
anymore.
not around
so I mean,
anymore,
that's-
but yeah.
Yeah, because I heard a lot of stories, man, about that place, man. That's the youngest rave club that you'll ever see anywhere.
Yeah,
and when they
normally-
say rave, you know what that means. You know what I'm saying? Wawas and the
They
and the
played a lot.
choppies and
They played a lot
you
of
smell
hard.
Vicks in the air,
That's why when I started off DJing, I started off playing house and I started off playing techno and trance and all that stuff.
which is still blowing my mind.
Anyways,
You
but
kid.
so when I was the closing DJ, that's how I would be playing. And then they still would have the hip hop room open around 2:00.
And that wasn't
in the
popping at
corner,
that time,
right?
though.
In the corner, yeah.
Yeah.
2
But
or
that
3 o'clock
wasn't.
in the
Yeah,
corner.
but that wasn't popping back in the days. Everybody liked that
Cause,
fucking
you know,
hard house.
yeah,
and
'cause-
EDM
It was
type
popping
shit.
because of the Jersey Shore. That's
Yeah.
what made it like everybody
'Cause-
want to go there. They would bring the guests
Yeah,
there.
because at the
No,
time,
I'm talking about the hip hop room.
no, okay, but at the time, Drama was right. At the time, they would have like a lot of the MTV reality show stars there.
Really
Yeah, they would have like people from Real World or like Jersey Shore and all that stuff,
interesting.
and they would book them. And then when I was there, they were bringing DJ Caffeine a lot, and they were bringing DJ Berserk a lot too. He's another hardstyle DJ. I know him personally.
Obviously, you worked there.
Yeah, but they what's up, Gio? But they
Oh,
were
it's another Elginer.
yeah.
but they were bringing those two in the after I would close. I mean, after they would hop off, I would close out the night. They still would have the hip hop room, open in the corner a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie. When I was at Zero Gravity, when I was there in the beginning, there wasn't a lot of us people there. A lot of us black folks there. There wasn't a lot of us folks there. Shut up. There was mostly Caucasian there. Wow. And then later on during because I was only there for
That was in Naperville, right?
Naperville. Because I was only there for like 2
Duh.
75th.
Naperville.
Okay, but
Let me say it one more time. Naperville.
Okay, but people would
Naperville.
but people would drive
not Elgin,
but
not
people
South
would
Chicago.
drive people would drive from the city to drive up
That's
to
crazy.
to Naperville because it was the only club at the time in Illinois that's 16 plus.
Yes.
It's fucking far.
Yeah, but people will still be there.
Well, you got to think about it. How many 16-year-olds drove at that time? So it's your
Not
mom and
that
dad.
many.
Mom and dad were dropping you off.
Yes.
You got
Most
some
likely.
cool ass parents.
Most likely.
Yes.
You're some cool ass parents, bro.
But yeah, I was there, and then again, there was not many us there. So in the hip hop room, you would see
They're not like us.
Shut
They're
up.
not like
you would see that many of us black
B
folks.
minor.
Or you would see that.
Bro, it was crazy.
You wouldn't
because-
see that many us persons of color over at Zero Gravity
Because it was dark in there.
Shut up.
So everybody looked alike.
Stupid, but it was that was it was a time for me there. It was fun. It was fun.
So did people like Google Gaga? They were like, wow.
Stupid.
Like when you play regional, everybody's like, wow.
Still to this day. Still to this
Dude.
day. Still to this day.
So he was on the South Side DJing on the South Side recently, right? And so he posted a video and they showed the crowd. This lady's dancing cumbia, and I mean literally, and they when they're
I was
dancing
at,
cumbia,
it was in I know what you're talking about. Bronze Eagle Pub over in
No.
yeah, it was.
was it?
It was
Were you when you went for this guy to when you did the sub, not the sub, but he brought you as a guest DJ.
yeah, DJ Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not Kong. It wasn't Kong. It was
When was it?
that's for fuck it.
Black Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
was it
yeah,
Kong?
Bronze Eagle.
I'm
yeah,
sorry. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Bronze
Yeah,
Eagle
bro.
Pub. Yeah.
So you know when two people are dancing cumbia, they're face to face.
Yeah.
This lady was so amazed that a black guy was playing cumbia.
She was just
that
staring
she was,
at him?
She was dancing with her husband and like this. Literally, I gotta find that video,
Confused,
bro.
probably confused, huh?
What the fuck?
Whatever, Al.
You probably felt like Jesus at the time, right?
Not
She
even.
was like this. She was.
She had to double check her neck real quick.
yeah,
She broke her neck a couple
She broke
times,
her
I'll
neck a
tell
couple
you.
times.
Skirt.
Nah. But no, it was a time at Zero Gravity. So yeah.
I wasn't no disrespect to Mark Ski, but I wasn't. I'm not that Euro guy, dude. Never was.
Him too.
Him too.
Yeah, I know he was
played
big on that.
He played over at Zero
And
Gravity.
yeah, all those fucking. Who else was there? Too Cool Chris. I remember.
He was
TKC
there.
was
Yeah,
there.
TKC was
Yeah, I
at Zero
remember. I
Gravity, too.
remember. Yeah, because yeah, we sang up back in the day.
That was the time. That
He'd
was
be
the
like,
time.
I gotta go spin a zero. I'd be like, good luck with that later.
So drama. You mostly were in the burbs. You weren't in the city.
Yeah,
that much.
mostly in the burbs. And then once I got tired of like the club scene, I was like, you know what? I gotta focus on like myself. Like I think I value myself more than what a club was paying me at the time.
So let me get this straight though. Right now, to this day, you've been DJing for what? 15 years?
Yeah, roughly.
15 years.
Yeah.
Okay, if I do the math. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you got tired of the club scene real fast.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
gonna ask. That was a question I was gonna ask, but go ahead. Though.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. When you do the math in the head, I was like 15 years. To see if he's been DJing 15 years, man. I mean, dude, I mean, you're talking almost. I'm going on 11 years on my longest club
Yeah, no,
residency.
I ended it quick. I just got tired of it. You know, I felt like I was not being valued, and I was like, you know what? Let me focus on myself for more. And I started doing like private events. And then COVID year, peak COVID. I was like, you know what? Let me register my business. Let me try to do this thing legit.
Oh, you're talking about 2022?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
was
around
like,
peak.
let me like register everything legit. Let me try to go all in. And I met DJ Real at this time. You know, he was selling a pair of EB subs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know, through an offer, I was like, yeah, let's do it. And I met him and we kind of chatted a little bit. And from time to time, we still talk. And that was a great opportunity because I didn't know he was a Chicago Bulls DJ. And I didn't know how big he was at the time, you know. And this guy turned out that he was like huge, you know. And I was like, that's awesome, you know.
And he's such a fucking cool guy. Dude.
Oh, humble
He's
guy, dude.
he's a
Cool,
dude.
the coolest guy, one of the cool guys I've met, you know,
Yeah.
on a random meetup.
Yeah, he's dope, man.
Like
He's
most of
real
them, it's
cool.
random anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know, I met him and talked about it. And he's like, "You just grind it out,
Did
grind
you
it
tell him
out."
he was famous too?
I didn't know he was famous
Oh.
until like after the fact. I was
So you
like,
told the wrong motherfucker, hey, you're famous. Which was me, hey, because I'm not even close. I appreciate it, but nah, not even
Wait,
close. Not
what?
compared to those guys.
but no, my first rigs were like EV speakers. You know, they were like used speakers, broken, and
Poor
you know,
kid.
I grinded it out, and I'm Team RCF now. You know, that's
Yeah, I saw your video the other day.
that's my rig now.
Oh, and Sleepy, I'd be pissed. I would be fucking livid if those motherfucking UPS drivers left my RCFs out in the rain like that.
Oh yeah, he did post something like that.
I would have been livid. I would have taken a picture. I would have sent them the RCF, and then I would have sent them, and I would have been like, I want a brand new. I don't care if these things, man. I would have been pissed. Yeah, because he's got he just bought.
He got the
the
tops.
18s?
I got the 18. He's got the 15.
Oh
subs,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they throw out just as much bass. They're good. But yeah, I would have been pissed. Definitely.
So then I'm gonna ask what else thinking. Why did you feel like you got out of the scene too much? Now you said it was just too much, right?
Yeah.
He was, undervalued.
I was being
Undervalued.
undervalued, you know. And that's what I felt, you know. And I was like, you know what, this is not for me no more.
Don't get married.
I was with someone at the time, you know. But I was like, you know what, I gotta figure out because I wasn't growing anymore,
Yeah.
you know. And it felt like if I asked for a pay raise, I felt like it was being disrespectful to the people that owned it because they never offered it to me. And I always had the mentality like I work for what I'm worth, you know. And I always feel that if you see someone grinding and working hard for it, you know, you have a good relationship with that person, like they'll be like, you know what, we see your grind. I think we're gonna give you a bump and raise. That's how I felt. Like I didn't have to ask for it.
Right.
You know,
You should. Yeah. You should be
he's right.
entitled.
He's right. We
Not entitled.
we shouldn't be asking for a raise, especially if you being valued that much as the DJ.
Crema.
Hema, what's going on?
What up, Crema? It's my sister. I love her.
Chris Lara, what's going on?
Oh shit, Chris is in the room.
The reason why he mentioned it, and the reason why I'm going to say this is because there's a club right now that I'm debating whether I should ask for a bump in pay because I've been there for a little over 2 years now, and the pay's still the same. I get it. I'm not there every week.
Where?
There's a club.
Oh, sorry.
undisclosed.
There's a club that I'm still working at. And that
Go to his Facebook page.
shut up. That I feel like I should be getting.
Start naming it out.
I feel like I should be getting a bump in pay, but you know, I haven't approached. I feel like I should get a bump in pay. I haven't asked. I don't know why though, but
Is this the place that you go dance or DJ?
I DJ. I don't
Okay.
go dance anymore.
Oh, you got the OnlyFans, so I got you.
Whatever. But yeah, it's a place that I'm currently DJing, and I feel like I should get a bump in pay because I've been there for almost 3 years now, and then nothing. I still get paid the same, and I feel like I put in the work, even though I'm not there often. But I feel like I should put in the work.
That is a great fucking topic to have.
Club Icon.
That's a great topic to have.
It's not Club Icon, but because Club Icon, we just recently discussed about me getting a bump in pay, so that's happening soon.
That wasn't bump
that
and pay.
bit-
That was part ownership.
Stupid, and I've been at Club Icon for almost 10 years now. So yeah, so
Ownership.
Yeah, ownership. Yeah. They gave him stock in stock.
right,
They gave him they gave him some stock value. That place is that place is nice.
it's nice.
That
but
place
yeah.
is dope, man. I mean,
But
I haven't seen I've seen videos, but it's always packed.
So,
That's dope.
my question for you, Drama, because you decided to move on to the private events so early. Well, I wouldn't even say early in career, but like you made the switch to focus on private events.
Yeah.
Reason being because you feel like you're being undervalued and not appreciated. Do you think that if you decide to like find other spots, do you feel like you wouldn't switch over to private events so quickly?
Possibly.
Yeah.
I can't say no because I'm sure at the time if I was offered a different spot, I probably would have took it. But I just said, you know what, I'm done, and I started doing my own events, and I started focusing on my market, which is the Mexican market.
Okay.
And I wanted to focus more on that just because I kind of knew the market more than just any DJ that was in that market.
Very true.
Because, like, one thing, like, the word cumbia, is a very small word for what the underlyings really are.
Right.
Cumbias mean very different in different parts of Mexico.
Oh.
Whether if you're in the coast, that cumbia is very different if you're in the center of Mexico, which is the DF.
The BPM is way off. too.
It's totally different.
That ass, yeah.
I know, Al, go
The
ahead.
Southern cumbia is really slow, and then you got the
And
regional
if
shit
you
that's
go
fast.
to like the banda side of it, cumbias mean totally different than what the cumbias and the people in the F mean. So like, it's very different. And I believe that I was like, you know what, I understand this a lot more than just any other DJ. So I was like, let me, use that to my advantage and kind of market to the people. I'm like, hey, when I have my 101s, where are you guys from? Like, what part of Mexico you guys from? Because I'm big in my culture,
Yeah.
So like, where are you guys from? No, we're from here. Cool. Oh, so you guys listen to this, right? And they'll be like, yeah, where are you from? Oh, I'm from here. Oh, but
Where are you from?
I'm from Guanajuato, Mexico, which is like about 5 hours from the DF,
Where's that?
towards the middle.
Okay.
Towards
Okay.
the middle.
All right.
So when I tell people this, they're like, "Oh, so how do you know that music?" And I was like, "You know what? I study. Like, I put in the work. I put in the grind. I want to make sure that if you hire me, like, I know your music.
Right.
So if your guests come up to me or you come up to me, I want this song, I'll know it.
That's hard in the Mexican community, man, because
It's very difficult.
It's very difficult. It's very when you get into shit like that and you start getting into different parts of Mexico and how they
Yes.
do things. I mean, it's like one pastor's made completely different in Michoacan than it is. I mean, and that's food. I mean, the quality.
There are like songs that are universal, right? Like
Right,
Chona,
right.
Chona.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
dances to that. Everybody dances to that.
What? Were you looking at me? What?
He's got the Irish people dancing it,
up.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, he's the
Oh,
only
because
mother-
I dropped La Chona on St. Patrick's Day weekend.
on every set. Yeah, I got you.
I played it twice.
No,
during
that's
St.
like
Patrick's Day
that's like
weekend.
your Superman song.
No, it's
like
not.
his theme song. Yeah, bro.
No. Zombie Nation Craft 400. That's my goal. That's my.
No, it's not.
yeah.
I you know how many times I heard that on your sets, and how many?
They go crazy.
I've never heard that in your set. La Chona, I hear it all the time.
Okay, but Craft 400.
Okay, well, that's
ask
great.
Pound.
Awesome.
Pound's
That's
on the
great.
live stream.
That's great.
Pound can tell you that
Awesome.
too.
That's sweet.
I
like
play
it.
I
like
play
it.
all the time too.
Well, I hear La Chona more than the Craft.
I played it twice.
Yeah, in your
St.
lifetime.
St.
Good
Patrick's-
job.
No,
Yeah.
no, more than that. But
Yeah,
I
good
played
job.
it. I played it twice. St. Patrick's Day weekend.
Oh.
But no, I get what Drama's saying because especially because I could be booked for a quince, and which I did a year and a half ago. but I wouldn't really know,
The ins, the
real ins and outs of a quince unless I ask around and stuff like
Do you
that.
know the changing of the shoes?
I know it happens in the quince, but I
Oh,
don't,
really? You know what happens when?
I don't know. Well, in the beginning,
No, it's not. No,
or what? Somewhere in the
After
middle,
dinner. after dinner.
After
usually.
dinner.
After dinner.
Well,
And that's how you start.
But
off
here's
the
the
dance.
and then here's the thing though, and I asked Don Carlo about this because, when
What does he know? No, just joking, Donnie. Just joking.
because
Don, I love you.
because over time, when you DJ in the quince, it changes over time.
Dude,
because
it's
of gen-
changed big time
because
now.
of generations and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
dude,
So it
dude.
ain't like we ain't like what you used to do when you used to do it the quince. The shit changed.
Big time.
So it's kind of hard to to keep up with the times and stuff like that.
Now, how do you deal with these? Because I'm going to be honest with you, the quinces that I do are usually more Americanized. They don't want to go to the whole tradition. You've been getting a lot of
Like
that
I said.
lately?
So
And not only that, there's a lot of mixed parents.
yeah,
Like,
so there's a lot of bicultural.
look at Tibble. Tibble's kids are fucked. Tibble's girls are fucked. They're done.
How do you know?
They're Indian and Mexican, bro.
Okay, so you could
We're gonna have curry tacos. I love you, Tibbs. I love you. I'm fucking around. No, they're not fucked. There's gonna be big, but it's two totally different cultures.
No,
so
yeah,
that's what I'm
but
saying.
no, there's a lot of things different now, like compared to like the old style. But like with a lot of different cultures coming into play, sometimes they'll be like, you know what, we don't want to do this no more. Like we're not doing it. Like I know there was a wedding where they didn't want to put the crown.
Yeah.
I mean, like I can say they want to put the crown on the daughter
Yeah.
because it symbolized that like something religious, that you're honoring someone else that shouldn't be. It was a really religious like family.
Yeah.
But they didn't want the crown, so I was
Yeah,
like,
see?
no worries. Like
See?
we'll
Shit
cut it
changed.
out. But yeah, man, I always tie it to what they want. I always ask them like, look, this is tradition, but we don't have to go by tradition. We can go what you want. And sure enough, like they'll decide what they want to go with, and we accommodate.
Yeah. It's the one thing I hate, and not all the time, but I hate the fucking choreographers. A lot of those choreographers.
They're the worst.
I just want to
The worst.
I just want to
The
choke them
worst.
out.
They're the worst.
I just want
Till
to choke
this
them out.
day, they'll still come up to you with a CD and be like, look, play my songs. And I'm like, bro, my Mac doesn't have a
Yeah,
CD slot no
drive.
more.
Yeah, I don't have CDs. How do you expect me to, well, what are we gonna do? Well, you're gonna have to go and find a computer that has a CD deck. You have to put it in your email it to me. And I told you this when we had anytime they have the choreographer, I need to have a personal meeting with them and the client and have it recorded. You're on a recorded line right now, so
I tell the
everything
family.
you tell me.
I tell the family I have nothing to do with the choreography. You're gonna have to bring me a USB or give me the songs before a week in advance so that I have that on file.
But it's always best to talk to the choreographer directly with the client on the phone. Give me his number. I'm gonna have a phone meeting or a Zoom meeting with them or with all three of us, so you hear what I'm telling them. And I always clarify to my client, hey, listen, I want you on the phone for a reason so you can sit there and verify everything that I'm asking this guy, because the day of and they fuck up and drop the ball, I'm not taking the blame for it, because they always point the finger to the DJ. Oh, well, he can't do this or he can't do that. It's not loud enough, or he fucked up my mix that somebody else did. What?
No.
You gave me the music exactly. Well, it's not in the order that I gave it to you. It's a mix. I can't just take this and break it down myself. So I don't know. I mean, I've had a lot of ordeals with them and Patrick Planos. Some of these people think they're too much.
Yeah, but nowadays I'm not doing a lot of that anymore because I'm working with Gabe now. I freelance with Gabriel, 1982 Productions Company. I met
he's
him
the
and
shit.
he just keeps me busy pretty much year long. And honestly, I had the opportunity to work for someone else, and I'm not gonna name them because I don't think they should be called out for it, but. I had the opportunity to interview with this person, and I thought I got the opportunity to work with them, and it turns out like they just never called me back after they told me like, you're good, we got you.
Hey, can I buy a vowel?
Shut up. Shut up.
Come on, Vanna. Get up, get start.
Shut up.
Can I buy? Can I?
Sounds like a promoter. It sounds like a promoter.
I owe you. Maybe sometimes what? I don't know.
Stupid. It sounds like a promoter that I worked with back in October. What?
Strip club.
No, it wasn't that.
I have no legs.
No, it wasn't that. But no, it was a promoter that I
The
did.
one with the stripper that had no teeth.
No, it was a promoter that I did an event for back in October, and they were telling me that, they heard me. First of all, they heard me at Progress Bar. They wanted me to DJ their event, and then I DJed their event, and they said that you're good, you're dope, you're just like what we want. you went ratchet, but not too much and stuff like that, which is a perfect combination. It's like, we love to work with you again. I'm like, okay, you got my info. Let me know. Haven't heard from him to this day.
Yeah, and that's how it was with me too.
Because they were drunk that night.
That's how it was with me too. Like we agreed on terms, and I told him, look, I have a couple of events lined up. Let me finish those, and I can work with your schedule. We agreed on that, but I never got the call back. I was like, it's cool. But I met Gabriel down the road, and
How did
because
you meet Gabe?
so he actually did sound for one of my parties, like years before meeting him in person, like knowing him, and I knew him through a mutual person, which is Tommy, which is the guy from Los Fernandez. That's his compadre. Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So I told Tommy, I was like, hey man, this is what happened. Like, do you know if your compadre is like looking for like a roadie guy or like someone to help him with the events? And he's like, let me give him a buzz. Sure enough, he called me like on a Monday. He's like, hey man, my compadre told me you wanted to work. He's like, I'm actually looking for someone. I have an event this Saturday. I'll pick you up. Come with me and let's see if you like it. And if you do, we'll talk more. And I was like, cool.
Did he pick you up in a Mercedes?
The Sprinter?
Yeah.
The Sprinter?
Yeah.
He didn't have the Sprinter at the time, but he had the ProMaster. The Ram
fucking,
ProMaster.
yeah, sorry to hear that.
But,
Still fucking an $80,000 pickup truck or cargo van.
but yeah, I mean, the relationship was there, and we connected, and 4 years in with him, and we're still grinding it out.
All right, cool.
Let me tell you something. Well, to the people that don't know, this guy's a sound guy, and he's a big sound guy. Has a lot of nice shit. So
Chris Lara just commented about the whole promoter situation. He's like, if it's not on paper, there is no commitment.
That
I
is
got
true.
burnt and indirectly burnt others that were with me.
That is very true.
Real quick in Facebook, we have Curious George and we have DJ Neurotic in the live stream.
hey, Mr. Neurotic, how are you? Curious George, what up? With a K.
So when you shifted off to working with doing more private gigs, you feel like at that time, and I'll just say it out there, like there was too much politics in the DJ game?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I wouldn't say. I would say no because, like, honestly, where I was at, like, you could find a spot tomorrow. Are you gonna get paid what you want to get paid? Probably not.
You raise your hand like a school teacher, but
Because
hold
I
on.
didn't want to interrupt.
Go ahead.
You know,
let him
because
finish.
no,
let him finish.
No, hold on. You know why? Because I just wanted because he said when he started there was 25,
Yeah.
LJ
and then
DJs.
all of a
But then I'm
sudden-
talking about when he moved.
because
when
Sleepy took them all out. That's why. You just we solved this crime. Sleepy's fault.
Okay.
Sleepy took them all out, bro. He took over the market.
DJ,
I'm so pissed at Sleepy, bro.
DJ V said, of course.
I'm so
He
pissed
said
at Sleepy.
There's a lot of politics in the DJ.
I'm so pissed at Sleepy right now.
Okay.
You know that? Because he fucking
Give
held
him
out.
a call after the
He
show.
held out. I already talked to him, bro, the other day. I was actually busting his balls about his subs. He was
But I still think to this day, like, if you want to knock on the door, like, they tell you go talk to the DJs. I think most of the DJs are gonna be like, you know what, bro, we're good. Like, we don't need someone else. Like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, there are some DJs like that. I can't say for all.
I've
but-
met a few.
Okay. I could say there's.
Cut by Val.
You stupid. I can say there are some DJs like that because, Chicago has so many, and I say this all the time. Chicago has so many DJs, but then
Say that word. Say that word.
Chicago's been saturated with so many DJs, but they don't want another DJ to take over their spot. They feel threatened. I
Yes.
said this all the time. I say this all the time. But there are some DJs that that will willing to work with you, and I say it, and I say that in the air quotes because they don't want you to, get too good, and next you take over their spot and stuff like that.
How can you
But
control
there's,
that?
what do you mean how you can control that?
Because they're gonna get good regardless, and then they're gonna come and fucking call you out in your own spot and then just take it from you anyways, just because you were an asshole.
Oh,
I've seen that.
I was about to say you speaking from experience.
Yeah, I've done it. I've done it. You
You
want to be
speaking
a
from
dick?
experience?
You want to be a dick? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna show you.
He's speaking from experience.
Yeah, I am definitely because
But
there was
see-
a couple people that fucking pissed me off, and I
Here we
took them
go,
out.
Here we go. Here we go.
Take them out. Fuck
Here we
'em.
go.
I did
Here
what
we go.
Sleepy did with
Here we
Elgin.
go.
Take them
Here
out.
we go. Here we go. Here we go.
There's 25 of us, and we're down to 5. Thanks, Sleepy. I don't know how you took them out, but, and I'm not always mad, Chris. Just mind your business.
because I've been friends with, I know Drama since Facebook says I know him since 2017 since the transit days.
As a stalker.
Shut up. But then it's he did do a lot of stuff, like especially in the burbs, like Control and Los Fernandez. Damn. And you know, he didn't, you know, play that much in the city because he focused on suburban gigs and stuff like that, which is dope.
So you got the taste of the city life.
And it's not as what it's all worked up to be. It's totally different, especially like these DJs in the city. Some of them are cutthroat.
Yeah,
Some of them
100%.
some of them
Some?
are cutthroat. Some of them are cutthroat.
Some?
I'm not gonna say all. I'm gonna say some.
Some?
Some of them are cutthroat. Yeah.
Some all? Can we say some all?
No, some of them are cutthroat.
Like Simone, but some all?
Some of them are
Some all.
cutthroat in this industry. Like they don't
Some
want,
all.
you know, they
We're gonna
don't
go with
want
some all.
you unless what you always say, unless you know someone in the city, then you
It's
know.
not what you know, too, you know.
There you go.
Exactly.
And then it's what you can do
What you
afterwards. Well, how are you going to hold on to that fucking gig?
Then you know, then
Because that premix is only going to last too long.
Yeah.
unless you know someone in the city, then that's how you're able to play at some of those places in the city of Chicago, especially in the River area.
Or we
what?
forgot, be a part of a what? Starts with the C, collective.
For a collective. But even if that's the case, then you know some of those collectives, it could be like 8-10 DJs as part of that collective, and you'd be playing at that spot like once or twice a month.
Hey, it's something.
Something, yeah.
It's better than nothing.
You're not holding down a residency. That's all I'm trying to say. Like look at like for instance, look at the DJs.
Well, at that point, do you really?
I think now a lot of
But
people
look
are
at
just,
look at the DJs. For example, look at the DJs over at like Gold Coast Social in the city. They always have the same DJs. Or
was that a shots fired? Or?
I'm not shocked. I'm not.
Okay,
I'm just using.
I'm just curious.
I'm just using an example.
I'm curious. You know,
sounded-
hey,
I'm
sounded
just
right.
Yeah,
I'm just
that's
using
fine.
that. I'm just using that as an example
my
because
skin, I get goosebumps there for a second.
whatever. I'm just using it as an example. Or what's another club in the city that always have the same DJs there? There's some, but not that many.
Scary part is there's not a lot of clubs having DJs on that anymore.
Unfortunately, because of the city the way it is right now. But yes,
Oh,
there
she's coming out to the burbs too, bro. Dead ass. I'm dead ass, bro.
it's not. It's yeah. The city is a little crazy right now.
When
but
Alex TK has a Saturday night off, we start questioning shit.
that's because it happened at the very last minute. I had no
That's
control
like
over that.
before an earthquake. You see all the birds fly south.
giving you the warning signs.
the
like,
warning
yeah,
signs
it's
now.
about to
Shut
happen.
up.
It's about to happen.
It's like
that's
when a
nothing.
tsunami happens, all the water just
Yeah,
disappears,
yeah.
and you see nothing but sand. Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. I ain't gonna lie. I was since I got canceled at Happy Camper. Real quick, I'm just gonna explain the story. I did get offered the DJ LGs that following night. I just didn't do it because they're gonna be DJ from half the night. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. I already got paid for Happy Camper. I'm good. So, DJ V just commented. He said that, yes, Al is 100%. Get the opportunity and rock your set.
Yeah, rock your set, bro. Go out there and put your heart on your sleeve, bro. Because you could be the underdog. You could be the underdog and walk in there and fucking absolutely annihilate it. And the management turns around and calls the collective and says, we want this guy more instead of the other guys. What is the collective going to do? They want to keep that account and they want to keep that client happy. They're going to start putting you there more. But you have to want it. You're going to have to go
grind
and
for
get
it,
it.
yeah.
Right? You have to grind for it, bro. You can't go in there and just be like, oh, okay, I'm here again. No, well, it's the same shit. No. This ain't fucking Groundhog Day, bro. Switch this shit up.
Okay, Al.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
That ass. I'm being honest. I mean, you know, this is what you're gonna do. This is what you're gonna say, and that's what everybody. Well, how are you doing it? I'm different. I'm not like everybody else. Well, what makes you different? The music
Prove
you
it.
play,
Yeah,
the
show it.
style.
Show it, yeah.
The music you play, dude. How many DJ the day you met me? You even said you were like, dude, you're playing some crazy shit. Yeah, bro. But I had the people on the dance floor. They were singing along, vibing.
You were doing your.
And I was quick mixing like a
I was
motherfucker,
just
right?
about to say that.
I was quick mixing
I was
like
just about to say that.
What the words out of your mouth? Tell this guy
You
because
was
he
just-
didn't believe me.
You were just. I was just
Tell him.
about to say you were playing your
Tell him.
15 songs in 10 minutes.
Tell him.
It was
Tell him.
quick mix all night. It stems at full effect. And I was like, that was the first time I've seen
That's what he does.
stems at full effect. And I was like, it's dope. You know, it's badass.
Yeah.
Because you don't see it. You don't see it. It's been out for what? How long?
About 2 years.
2 years now?
Yeah, 2 years
And I
now.
told you the story that this guy stems is all because of him. It was his fault.
My fault.
Yeah, it's your fault because we're gonna stem it. And me being my old school way. Fuck that.
it,
I got a
right.
fucking folder full of fucking acapellas. I could do that shit
Yeah,
live.
and then once you,
And then once I
you
set up
download
Stem, I was like,
3.0, your ass was
this
happy.
is
as hell.
the shit.
Yeah, once you download 3.0, your ass was happy as hell.
Oh yeah,
doing
definitely.
Stems.
I was, dude. I was in
Stems.
heaven, bro. That was like my first porno, mag. Mind your business.
Wow.
Al, how long you been in the industry?
none of us. 38 years. 38 years.
And you, Alex?
18.
18.
He just celebrated. Congratulations, by the way.
Hey.
Hey, 18, the big 1-8. He's drivable.
Stupid. 18.
So what's one advice you would tell yourself from day one out?
Don't hang out with Alex's.
Stupid. What would you tell your younger self?
Yeah. It's crazy because I came across that post yesterday, and I was like, damn. Like, what would I tell myself?
Damn, I have to think about that. Because I don't know. Because everything's a life lesson, number one. And I mean, I wouldn't change anything
Really?
in my career. No,
Really?
I wouldn't change anything. No.
After all this shit that you've done in your career, because we talked about it in season when you have no regrets.
No.
Really?
I mean, we're all gonna have that scary point in
Yeah.
life. You know what I mean? But would I change anything? No. Not for what? Everything was a life lesson. The people that fucking backstabbed me, the people I've ran into, my friends, my family, stuff like that. I mean, the people I've met along the way, the journey, I wouldn't change it for the world.
That's interesting.
Or would you give yourself like a specific advice, like, yo, like,
Ask for fucking more money. That's for damn sure.
So especially working with Tibble in the Top Rock days.
Wow. Shots fired, Tibble.
I'm just listening.
Shots fired, Tibble.
You said ask
I
for-
don't know. You said you
ask for-
said it. You said it.
And you said asking for
You said it.
asking for more money. So I'm thinking I'm thinking like the only time you were working with is in your younger days was with Top Rock.
I think if I was to practice more, because I mean, really, because at that point in time, especially now, now that I'm doing TikTok, it's been a while since I actually sat more than 45 minutes in this room, and just DJ'd or listened to music or download stuff. I'm using in my bed, with the laptop and downloaded the music that I need and doing stuff, and probably get into the private sector a lot sooner than I did. I was kind of biased in my younger years to the private sector per se, but now that I'm full fledged and 2 feet in, I should have done this a long time ago.
for sure. What about you, Alex?
Real easy.
Don't hang out with Al.
No.
Alex
I wish I could have opened up my genre of music a lot sooner. Because when I started DJing, I just played trance and techno. It wasn't until 20. And I started DJing 08? 08? Yeah, 08. So it wasn't until 2014, 2014, that's when I started opening up my mind and start playing more open format music. So I wish I could have started DJing open format much earlier in my career. We're talking like year 3, maybe.
I don't know.
Because because I was at Zero Gravity, my first residency. Zero Gravity closed in like 2016, 17.
Yeah.
So I feel like,
Excuse me.
and at that time when they were on their way out, I was still DJing, house and techno. I was still going by Techno Kid by the time I was by 2015.
Isn't that ironic?
Shut up! I
Don't
was
you
still
think?
going by Techno Kid by 2015 and 2014, 2015, 2016. It was until 2016 I changed the name to T Kid. So
I
could have wished I could have play open format earlier in my career.
Which
that was that.
all of us did, because I don't know if
Fast
any
Eddie,
DJ
what's going on?
Happy little Eduardo.
and-
we were just talking about you, bro.
And DJ V, I'm not rich, but go ahead.
Yeah, he is. He's rich, V.
Go ahead.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I wish I would have opened up my genres a lot sooner too, because I was mainly just house music when I started, and then it was a couple years down the line when I got into hip hop. But back in those days, it's not like now to where we can get any genre of music and put it into an MP3, MP4. You know what I'm saying? So that was a lot harder back then.
Back then, Al.
You were buying the whole fucking 12-inch.
Yeah, but back
for
then,
one track.
house music was a little bit more
Prevalent.
and receptive, because we had a lot of house heads back then.
You
still do. Not a lot of people when I was playing with. Not a lot of people around my age was like. You had this small niche of people who like trance and techno, but like you didn't. But it wasn't like
that was like the rave days. I mean,
yeah,
it was
but
very,
I wasn't.
It's like it's like dubstep now. It's like it's not. It's not
The places
huge.
I was,
It's very selective.
the places where I was being booked at, it was like the same places I was there. I held on residencies for like a good 3 years.
Yeah, but
at the
techno
same
was
places.
big back then, man. I mean, that was the
Yeah,
next,
but
the next version of house music.
it
It
was,
was it
but-
was a step up.
It was, but it wasn't
Dominator.
But it wasn't something
Ooh,
that
Q,
people.
Elvis. Wow.
It wasn't some people that were expecting. I guess it wasn't like compared to house music. There's a lot more house heads than techno heads, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Exactly, which is why.
Not if you're not from
Which
Evanston.
is why. Shut up. Which is why I didn't expand. Which is why I say I wish I had expanded my music genre a little bit more.
See, but
Early-
back in my
sooner
days, it was harder because there wasn't that much. There was only maybe 2 genres at that time. That
Okay,
was
but-
really hit,
but
which
again-
was hip hop and house music. Freestyle 3. Sorry.
Okay, but
3.
again,
3.
there was a lot of house heads, and sometimes those house
4.
heads.
My bad. 4. New wave.
And-
New wave.
okay.
I forgot the Depeche
And there-
Mode and Erasure and
And again, there's a lot of
4.
house heads, and the house heads did like, and then we're talking about true house heads. They like the new wave and the freestyle and stuff like that.
I don't know why.
None of the techno heads like freestyle or exactly like I said. There was a more audience for house music compared to like trance and techno.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Back in those days, yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, that was a big war. But back in the days, they did the raves too. You
Yeah,
know,
they
had
did.
those
I remember I
big,
went to a
big
lot of
ass
them.
warehouse raves. I used to go to those too. I liked it.
I did.
I mean, we dabbled in everything back in the day.
In
Though.
2005, 6, I was the underage in those raves.
Yeah.
I was 16, 17 in those damn raves. So yeah, I get it.
When fucking Blondie and shit was out, man. Rapture.
Drama, what would you say? What would you tell your younger self since you asked that question?
I'll say be patient.
Okay.
can't.
What you mean? Let
can't
the
be
man
patient.
let the man explain.
All right, explain.
Because I felt like if I would have gotten into the scene when I wanted to, when I asked for it, and when I was not ready, I think I would have had a bad experience, a bad taste, and I don't think I would have been where I am now. I felt that being patient, the right time's gonna come to you.
No,
What you mean?
no. I beg to differ. Being patient is a virtue, no doubt. It's definitely. But were any of us ready when we first hit that stage? Even the second time we hit that stage? Because I remember when I hit the stage for the first time, and it was at my high school, I had this whole set planned out. I had my records even organized the way I needed it to. Because, again, it was my first fucking set. Dude,
On
I practiced
vinyl.
this set every fucking
On
day.
vinyl.
Every fucking day. Just practice. Once I turned around, I got up there, and they were like, you're up, Al. I turned around, and I did the Nez and the Fast Eddies.
Shakes. Yeah, the shakes.
All you heard was a record go. I was like, holy shit. And I forgot my name. I forgot everything. When I looked up and I had all the kids coming up there and Rippin' Al had the fucking mic in his hand. And I had Bad Boy Bill there. I had fucking Sly. Sneak was sitting right there. I mean, I started with some of the biggest guys in the market. I didn't know who Rippin' Al was at the time. Because it was a DJ that does our high school dances. I didn't know this was like one of the biggest DJs in Chicago.
I think I could agree with Drama. I think in terms of patience, I feel like I was patient, but
You were patient.
No, I was patient, but I think I was a little too patient because I was expecting gigs.
Right.
I was expecting gigs to happen or like to fall in my lap, but at the same time, I'm like,
And that's what I was saying.
I wasn't taken seriously because I still had the name Techno Kid behind it.
And you're of color.
Shut up. But they were expecting that I would be playing techno and all that stuff, which wasn't the case. Which I was always, like I said, I didn't open my genre. I didn't open up my
You're not
music
going to go to
genre
a Ford
until I
dealer
felt-
and ask him for a Toyota, will you?
No, but I was.
Come on, bro.
But
Let's just be honest
I
here.
wanted to be at that place. Like, here's an example.
Oh, it was like kind of being on a Cinco de Mayo day?
Shut up.
Let's be honest here.
No, but here's an example. I was playing at was it? See, they changed their name so many times. I think it was Vision. I was working with DJ Speed and
What the?
I was working with DJ Speed and it was him and the Kib.
Oh,
And-
wow.
Yeah, and they had like 30 DJs on this one flyer. And the main DJs, the main headliners playing in the one room, and then us, the rest of us, were playing in like another room.
Wait, Vision only had one room. Tunnel, or next door was not Tunnel, but Vision, Excalibur's.
I think it was like, I don't know which word. I think it was like it had to be Vision. I gotta look at this flyer, but it was back in like 2014 or 15, And it was like a bunch of DJs.
30 DJs. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was like a bunch of DJs on
It's
this
not
flyer.
crazy. That was my life.
It was like a bunch of DJs on this flyer, and the headliners playing in one room, and then the other DJs were playing in the smaller area, like a lounge area. And then I was playing like a whole bunch of trance tracks and stuff like that. But again, I was billed as techno kid, so they were expecting I was playing trance and techno the whole night. So, like I said,
Craft Zombie Nation all night.
no, stupid. But like I said, I didn't change the name officially until like 2015, 16. It was Club Sundance in Waukegan. They made me change that name. Yeah. So that's why I was playing everything.
Yeah, because I used to do Fat Man's Bowl.
Yeah.
So yeah, I heard about that place.
Yeah.
I heard that was jumping, but I wasn't about to fucking come all the way over here.
It was.
I lived in the city at the time.
And then a lot of people, and then I was playing. That's when I opened my mind. I was playing a lot of hip hop and a lot of Latin stuff. Reggaeton was big at the time. Well, yeah, it was still big at the time. And I was playing a lot of reggae and stuff like that. So it's
You play reggae? No way.
Shut up.
Bumbleclad.
Shut
Yay.
up.
What?
But then
Are we talking about Beanie Man?
But I didn't play. But here's the thing, though. My set was mostly hip hop, a little bit of house, and like top 40 remixes and stuff.
And that's
like
after T Kid.
That was after T Kid.
Okay, that's more sensible.
I didn't play a lot of Latin stuff until like 2017, 2018.
That's after you dated that Hispanic girl?
Shut up. Yeah, that was after.
Change his life. Change his life.
I got it, bro. I got you. I told you to stay away from him, but it did you a positive. Good job.
Positive because I learned a lot. I learned a lot of Latin stuff.
I got this.
Shut up. But I played a lot of Latin shit. But then
I know because of her.
Yeah, and then yo ass out here coining the whole Dominican DJ shit and stuff like that.
Oh,
that was before a pandemic.
And that was a cat too. And now it still lives with you. Now you're a Dominican cat man.
DJ Nonstop, what's going on, sir?
Nonstop, what's up? Happy birthday,
Happy
brother.
birthday, Nonstop.
Yeah, we'll see you next week, man. We're excited.
In a couple of weeks.
Bro. This is like Christmas for me, bro. I'm counting down. Every time the fucking day goes out, I just cross out the box. It's almost here.
So that drama. So since you mentioned patience, so if you felt like do you feel like you waited patiently enough before you switch over to do private events full on?
Yeah. I think I waited more longer than I should have.
Ah.
'Cause I know the money was great, or better than what I was getting paid at, and I was like, you know what, I need to make the jump, and I didn't want to make the jump because I felt comfortable. You know, I was just leveled out. I knew I was going to work and get paid this much every week. I didn't have to look for my events.
Right.
Now that you do the private scene, you have to hunt.
Yeah.
And you're competing with like hundreds, so you're just trying to make sure that you can get the opportunity to close that deal. And I'm a salesperson, so if I get the chance to talk to you, I'm going to guarantee that I'm going to close it.
I'm gonna close the deal.
But if I can't talk to you, it's rough.
Oh, by the way, there's a second person that's ever been in my house with a Sox hat. Just putting that out there. Because it's Cubs land. So we booing this house. So
sorry.
No, it's okay.
Won't happen again.
The only reason I'm letting it happen.
We still suck. So
the only reason I'm letting it slide is because
13.
the side of it has Comiskey Park and not Price Right. The fuck, it's Comiskey. I don't care what anybody said. Yeah, guarantee rate, whatever they're for Price Right, whatever the fuck they are now. Whoever bought them out.
No, the reason that the question I asked because I felt like I said you're all over the place in the burbs, so I felt like maybe if you waited a little patient, maybe if you waited, well, I can't even say that because you said you were patient enough. I was gonna say like maybe if you grind.
I think if I would have grinded harder in the club scene, I would have made a probably bigger impact than what I did.
Yeah.
For myself. Unfortunately, I just I didn't have the grind for it, and I screwed that part of my own because I got to a place where I was comfortable, and I was like, you know what?
You let go.
Yeah, I was like, I'm here. There's no more point of me going somewhere else. Like I'm just gonna stay here.
You never felt like that, Alex? Because I know I have.
Where you plateau, right?
Yeah, it almost feels like that's it. Where am I gonna go from here?
Yeah.
Club icon because
No, I didn't. I said, you don't have to fucking do that. I
What
just
do you
said,
mean?
did you ever feel like that? I never told you to fucking
Name-
pull
name-
out.
name
Yeah, name
plates.
names
No,
and
no,
shit.
no, no,
The fuck?
let me
Shots fired.
No, let me explain.
Disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen.
No, let me explain.
Yes, please do. Or you won't have a job on Monday.
Cause, no, stupid. No, because I was at, and they understand, because I was at Club Icon. I was there when I was there in 2014. Like I said, it's almost a little over 10 years. I've been there. I was the Friday night resident DJ there. I was there every single Friday for like a good year and stuff like that. Maybe 2 years. I was there every single Friday. So I felt like, damn, I'm there every Friday. Like, they're gonna get sick of me. So that's why I felt like, I feel like I should have like venture off, and that's when I did. I ended up going to other places. But I always stuck to Club Icon because they always treated me well.
That feeling sucks though, because you get to the point where you just don't enjoy what you're doing anymore.
Yeah,
You know,
like I
You know?
said.
And,
Right.
and
So-
at that point, I was like, dude, like, if I'm not enjoying it, why am I still doing it?
but
DJ Kiss, what's going on?
What up, Kiss?
So that's why, when I was at Club Icon, it's like I moved from different places, and they understood. They had no
well,
issues.
it's good. It's good for your soul.
Which
It's
is-
good.
Before we started the show tonight, Drama was asking me like what residencies I have, and I'm like, I had to think about it. Shut
I
up.
don't think we got enough time in the show.
Not even that. I had to think about it because I'm like, I'm not at a place every single, because DJs are at the same place every
He's a
single
club
week.
whore.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, he is.
But I
He's a
had to
club
think
and bar
about it.
whore.
I'm like, I have,
Fucking slut.
I kind of have residencies, but I'm not there on a consistent basis. As long as I'm there,
He's a
as long as
He's a baby jumper.
as long as I meet my commitment.
He's a club hopper, huh?
Yeah, he's
As long as
definitely-
I meet my commitment, then I'm there. Like for instance, I'm at Club Icon twice a week. I mean, twice a month. Club
period.
Escape twice a month. I'm at a freaking Club Escape twice a month, and then I'm also at LG's, and I'm also over at.
But it's refreshing, isn't it?
Yeah, because I'm at different
Change of
spots.
scene.
Yeah, change the scene. Yeah,
change the scene, change the people, regardless. I mean, because you're talking number one, all these clubs that he's at are very unique in their own way.
Yeah, of course.
And they're not nowhere even in the vicinity unless
Yeah.
it's St. Patty's Day, and he's got to do like 8 clubs in the same vicinity. You know.
But like, yeah,
But
but
even with St. Patty's Day, there are so many different. After you see them before and after they're drunk, and they're completely different people. So it's awesome.
yeah. So I don't held when residencies. Yeah, I'm there, but I'm not there every single week or every Friday like I was before.
Yeah.
But I get it.
You
But
know,
I felt like whatever Drama did, that's totally fine with me. I just felt like
Or whatever drama's there, or whatever drama, like the bullshit drama, or not this drama.
no, shut up. But I feel
No,
like
I'm just specifying, bro.
No,
you
I
got a
felt-
messed up name, dude. You got
I
a
do,
mess.
I
Your
do,
name
I
is
do,
really.
I do.
You really. I like it, but it sucks.
I don't really
It's-
go off it anymore. I just when people tell me like,
Oh, you have to. Some girl
I'm
walks
like,
by.
you know what?
Oh, you're too much drama. I'd be like, thanks,
No,
baby.
I
Thanks.
just go like, you know
thanks,
what?
baby.
I just Dream Events. That's my company, and I go off of Dream Events. I rather emphasize that than just me individually.
So you're D&D.
I feel like shut up. I feel like
Drama. His name is Dreams and Drama.
Dreams and Drama.
Yeah, Dreams and Drama. There you go.
This is
Dreams.
new
I like
business
that.
name. This is new business name. But no,
He named it, not me, bro. He just said my business name is Dreams, and my DJ name is Drama.
I just felt like
So D&D.
I just felt like in my opinion, because I've seen DJs and I've seen them grow based on what I see on social media. So I feel like it's Drama could have been one of those good DJs in the city that plays a
Wow.
lot. No, he could,
You
and
said
he still
coulda.
could.
You said
He
could've
still
been.
could.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know,
Could've
man.
been.
I wouldn't know either because again, I didn't.
Well, you're good in my book because you're still in the industry, so I got your
I'm-
back.
appreciate
I
yeah,
got
but
your
I'm
back.
talking
Not like
about
him.
shut up.
Wow.
Go to
Wow.
hell. But I'm talking about clubs.
Wow.
I'm talking about clubs. Like Drama could still be in the clubs.
I'm crying
That's-
for you, bro.
Shut up, Al. You done? Are you done?
I love you, TK. I love busting. You ever seen a black man blush? Like,
I feel like Drama could be in the clubs, and he could.
but he said he didn't want to do it.
I know.
And there's a lot of guys that don't want to do it anymore. I know, envy.
That's another
there's
story.
a lot of guys that don't want
That's
to do
another
clubs
story.
anymore.
That's another story.
But there's a lot of guys that don't want to do clubs anymore, and they'll stick to. I know guys that don't even want to fucking. They love DJing and they don't even want to do clubs nor private events, unless the money's right, and they'll stay home and fucking
I
TikTok
get
all
it,
day.
and then obviously that's where the money's at. Money's at private events. No,
Yeah.
100%, no doubt about that.
But
There's a lot. But like we talked about,
I hate
and that's
that.
part of the
I
question.
hate when people say that. I hate when I catch myself saying that too. where the private event is more money. Yeah, goddamn right, it's more money because you're bringing a lot more work. A lot more fucking work versus walking into a club with your laptop or and saying, here you go, I'm here for the next 6 hours.
Sleepy says the pay suck in clubs.
When you're walking in with a laptop, how much more can it suck?
Walking in the back.
Versus having to fucking carry in fucking subs and wire up and deal with clients and then having to deal with the clients' fucking families that are drunk or fucking being a bitch. Tibble, not Tibble. Tibble, that same place that we did.
Yeah.
Dude, me and Tibble did a fucking wedding a couple months before that. Dude, I walked into the office and the wedding didn't even start yet. The wedding didn't even start yet, bro. And I had it out with the fucking the
event coordinator.
The event coordinator who was the cousin of the bride. Yeah. And she thought that she was fucking,
she was on point, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And she walked up to me and, you have to turn off this fucking music because I can't even think. And what I was doing was I was playing piano music for the fucking entrance song. For the when they were getting ready for the ceremony. It's like, dude, this is piano music. What do you mean you can't think? What do you want to hear? Fucking Metallica? You want some fucking Garth Brooks? What do you want? The fuck you want me to play at this point, dude?
I don't know. I think for me it was like, I knew I wasn't gonna be like or I felt like I wasn't gonna be in the DJ Metro level, Boy Genius level, where you go in, do your set, you get paid crazy amount of money, go to another one, you do your hour set, and you're done. Like I felt like I was like, damn, that's a lot, and I just didn't see myself in that level. And when you go to a place and you see these people play, you're like, dude, they're crazy. They're awesome. Like, that's a level you want to get to, And
a lot of work though.
Yeah,
a lot of work.
100%.
Whoa! I don't live in Elgin. I don't play for $100. Maybe $100 an hour. I don't know. Sorry.
There's a lot of work.
Sorry, Sleepy.
A lot of work.
Sorry. No, it's a lot of work. But and to be honest with you, some of the private events are a lot more fun because you can jump out of pocket and play like I did at that wedding, and I played some crazy shit. I did your Beyonce and your girls, your Beyonce girls, Run the World with Cyndi Lauper.
Girls, yeah.
I did that. I love that. Dude, after I heard that, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I stole it from him. I stole that transition from him. It's not a matchup though. We do it live, and I could do it at any given time that I want, especially with stems. Thank you, Mr. T Kid.
Hey.
I'm being honest here.
Okay.
So but at the end of the day, he did that at this fucking club, and I was like, damn, that came out dope. And so I'm being honest, but you get to come out the box, and especially when you have a great crowd like we did at that wedding. That wedding was absolutely amazing. And then you got the weddings that you got that one person that's gonna fucking drive you nuts.
Yeah.
And you just want to choke them out or take them out back.
Wow.
Yeah, that dude.
Choke them out. Okay.
If it wasn't for Tibble, I probably would have packed my shit and left. Contract and all, I would have. Here you go. I just sold you all your money back. Void the contract. Here you go. Have a nice day. Good luck trying to find a DJ. Okay. It's either you get rid of your fucking person over there or I'm leaving.
Okay.
Your choice.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure the wedding coordinator's gone. At that point, we don't need them.
We don't need them.
I hate coordinators anyways, man, because they're we're gonna do it my way.
Yeah.
And their way's all fucked up, and at the end of the time, it's
you
like
get blamed for it too.
Yeah, the bride and groom. We want to start the dance. We want to start. My family's getting restless. They want to be on the dance floor. Well, tell your fucking dragon ass fucking person over there to get off her ass.
Okay. All right.
No, I'm dead ass because we do. We take a lot of blame. We are the MC and we are the master and music. So we're the ones who control the mic, not the wedding conductor, and not the wedding person. You know what I'm saying? We're the ones who keep the timeline. We're the ones that are getting yelled at by the fucking hall when, for me, I like to do my toast and stuff during dinner, while people are eating.
Yeah. Because
I eat just like that fucking groom did, or the groom's best man did, that fucking thing. Oh, I'm only going to be 5 minutes. 15 fucking minutes later, you saw that, and people were literally, you heard people tapping on the table, and then he was talking like this. The girl was louder than him.
And then the mic was down here.
And then the mic's all the way at his fucking stomach, and he's like, yeah, well, we met playing Dungeons and Dragons one day, and it just became friends after that, and then after that, we went bowling partners together. It was like, all right, cool, come on, let's go. I don't want to hear your whole fucking story. Cheers, and call it congratulations. You want to write a bio? Do it on your own time, not this time. We got fucking 6 hours to make this bitch happen. Let's go.
Okay.
Dead ass. I'm serious. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
And then you got the fucking is this guy ever gonna? You gotta cut off his mic. You want me to cut off his mic? Are you serious? I can't do that. Well, the food's getting cold. What do you want me to do about it? I'm not in control of this shit. You see that lady walking?
You know how when like people who win awards like at the Oscars or VMAs, they have like a long speech and they just play music to
Yeah, to cut them off. Yeah, cut off their mics. Yeah, but I can't do that. You're saying you were taking too long. Unfortunately, I can't do that. I can't do that. Or the parents of the bride or the groom. Yeah, you're really fucked.
So,
have a nice day.
So Drama, explain to us Dream Events. You established this company during pandemic.
I don't drink Red Bull, bro. Stop.
He's talking about me.
Oh, he said Al, not Alex.
Okay.
There's no E extras in AL though.
Okay. Oh, no more Red Bull.
I don't have one.
They were talking about you because you was ranting and raving.
Well, it's factual. And I rant and rave, and I'm very powerful about this because it's happened to me, and I'm just tired of it. I get pissed off. I'd be like, look, I don't want to hear about it. They hired that fucking person. She's getting paid to do her job, but she's doing it completely wrong. Go yell at her. Get her. Don't put that shit on me. I already told them to let's go. You know, and then they come up and like you're eating dinner or something like that. And they'll come up. They want to do the first dance right now. They want to do it right now. Let's go. Yeah. It's like, bitch, did I bother you when you were eating? No. Fucking, I hate these people, bro.
So explain to us Dream Events.
No, yeah, it's just a company that tailors to weddings, quinceañeras. I market the Mexican market specifically, but I will I book everything. If I can't work it, I'll find someone else to work it.
Okay.
Chill out, Missy.
I was always told, never decline work. Take it. And, if you can't find it, you can't do it. Find it. Find someone to do it. So,
let me ask you a question, because I do work a lot with the Latin, and I'm not talking shit about my own people.
No. Go ahead. Go. I have a lot to say too. Sometimes.
I know you about to.
Don't you see that they're some of the cheapest?
Oh yeah. They
are, bro. They are. They'll spend $5,000 on a quinceañera dress that she's gonna wear for not even the whole time, because she wants to change it to a little mini skirt so she can do her fast dance.
In our market, unfortunately, the DJ vendors are the bottom of the list. We are the bottom of the list.
So is the bandas too.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
But they're above us, so they'd rather pay them than pay us.
Yeah.
So that's. But I'm trying to change that with the people that I talk to.
Your banda can't play Cardi B that your daughter wants.
I try to change that. I always let them know. Like, look, like
they can play their rendition. They can play their own rendition of Bodak Yellow.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Hey, ¿cómo estás? Hey,
a banda version of Bodak Yellow.
Yeah, dum. Hey, actually, fucking Mr. V just said that right now. He's like, can you ever play some fucking matchup with some fucking corridos?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
go ahead,
crazy, bro.
No, but I try to change that, that perspective. Like, let them know, like, look, man, like, you're investing so much money on this day. Like, a lot of this stuff is recorded on video. Like, what do you want this to be like? Something you go back and watch, like how smooth everything went, how professional like things went, and not only that, like when it comes to like the bandas, the Grupo Norteños, like the live groups, I always tell my customers, like, look, some of these people show up during formalities and set up during your formalities. Yeah. Like, that's recorded on video. Yeah. Like, absolutely. You want to see them in the background, like where your daughter's dancing with her dad, or when you're having your first dance, like that stuff, like that's captured. Like I try to tell the customers, like, I handle that for you, so that when they show up, all they do is plug and play.
Yep.
Erase the stress from those guys. Erase any errors that could happen during the formalities. Yeah. Like I try to emphasize all that work. I always let them know, like, look, I'm knowledgeable in the music. I give them, points to, like, look, you're from here. This is what you guys listen to. If you guys want something different, let me know. I can accommodate.
God damn, you're smart. I just realized why you did that. And the reason he wants to plug and play is he's in control of everything, which is smart. Which is smart to sound too.
Another thing
because some of these bandas, they come with the fucking array system.
Let the man talk.
I'm just saying, they come with an array system, and it's overpowering everything.
Also, some DJs don't understand that when you have like a live band, don't play that music. They're already playing it already. Play the opposite. Mm-hmm. These bands are booked for 2, 3, 4 hours. If you're playing the same music on their breaks, like what's going on here? Like, switch it up.
Yeah. Most of them got a CD player in their amp rack. somewhere.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, because if they don't have a DJ, what are they gonna do when they take a break? They play their own music. They play,
Or they have an iPad and just play something off that.
Yeah.
or you're back in the day they bought CDs from Mega Mall and you're in the mix with DJ Ticket.
Because they say, because they when I was at Hacienda last year, they booked a banda, and during breaks we didn't even DJ during the breaks. They had their own iPad,
Yeah.
and they played like a mix or something during their break.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. You're in the mix with DJ Ticket.
That's stupid.
You're in the streets.
You stupid.
It's 10 hours, man. Thanks, Mr. V. Thank you. I appreciate it,
I
bro.
was about to say that he just comment. I was gonna
Thank
read
you.
his comment, but Sleepy said that he trained you very well.
Hey, man. He
Shout out
showed
to
me the way,
Sleepy,
man.
bro.
He showed me the ways, man.
Sleepy's undercover. Sleepy's undercover, bro. Because you know what? He was on the cast and he didn't dude. And I hear a lot of this about Sleepy. And I'll be like, are you talking about Sleepy Elgin Sleepy? Yeah, bro. That motherfucker's one humble ass motherfucker, bro. Because he didn't say not a goddamn word about any of this when he was on the cast. It was Daryl's cast, but you know, Sleepy came with him. And I didn't know how big Sleepy was, bro. I'm not from Elgin. I never heard about this, and you're like the third or fourth person that I'm actually hearing how big how much Sleepy helped these people. That's dope. Shout out to Sleepy.
So you never realized how many DJs Elgin had. You never realized how many DJs Aurora has.
No, dude, that's far. That's far. There's no reason for me to go out there.
You're working in Oak Brook, man.
That's a hell of a lot closer than Elgin. You know where I live, right? That's a straight shot that way or a straight shot back roads that way. Elgin? I mean, I don't know, man. I've worked in Elgin before. I've worked in Rockford. I've done it all, man. I mean, don't get me wrong.
You done it all.
I mean, I drove to fucking Arkansas by myself to DJ a wedding for a weekend.
That's right. He did do that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't care.
Crazy man.
I've been to the Dominican.
I do
I've been to his
out-of-state
hometown,
stuff,
Dominican, Jamaica.
Shut up.
I said Dominican. That's your hometown. I didn't say Jamaica. First. Sorry, second.
Shut up.
Bumbleclad.
Shut up. Anyways,
Ari.
so drama. What's in the near future for you?
Obviously, you know, Gabriel told me, he straight up told me, he's like, look, man, if you get the identical equipment that I have, we'll talk partnership.
Okay.
So,
Good luck.
hey, man. Hey,
Good luck, buddy.
no.
You don't understand what this guy's got.
Okay.
This motherfucker, he makes you, me, fucking J Funk, and everybody else in that vicinity look like tiny, dude. This guy's got warehouses full of fucking shit. I've seen his stuff. Good luck. I hope you win the lotto or fucking get a raise somewhere.
I'll get there. Yeah. So I'm grinding for that. You know, it's not every day that someone tells you, like, look, bro, if you want partnership, like, this is what you gotta do. So I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to grind for it. You know, and I'm already in the RCF scene. So just keep going for it.
That's a lot.
Well, his mics are over $1,000. Just the microphones. Just the microphones are over $1,000.
I can't afford RCS just yet.
You're so full of shit.
I can't.
You're so full of shit.
I can't.
He's got an American Express black and he's bitching.
I can't afford RCS just
Yeah,
yet.
but you can go get a Bugatti right now.
No,
0% financing.
What? First of all, why would I drive an exotic car? I don't even like two-door vehicles.
Oh,
Damn.
wow. Who's that backseat?
Rolls Royce is Ford.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Bentleys, how about Bentleys? They got really big back seats.
Yeah.
I'll drive.
Can you afford the
I'll
maintenance
drive.
on those cars?
I'll drive. I'll put gas in it for
Can
you.
you afford the maintenance on those cars? Fuck the gas.
Why are you asking me? I should be asking you.
Right.
You're the one buying it.
You can afford the maintenance on those cars.
You know how they
So
got the
here-
little
so-
laptop stands in the back? You have DJ equipment installed in there.
I'm not loaded,
One
Eddie.
CDJ 3000 on each tray, you know, and he's
I'm not loaded.
got the A11.
I'm not loaded. So would you ever get back into the clubs drama?
I don't think so.
Damn.
Too much
I don't think
drama.
so.
Shut up, Al.
Too much drama. Too much drama.
No, I'm happy where I'm at now. You know, it's a good balance. Whether I book my private events or whether I'm doing freelancing work with Gabriel, so I'm doing the setup scene and the behind the scenes of, you know, the audio and visual industry. So it's a perfect balance, and I enjoy it, and it gives me the, you know, obviously it's perfect for me now. Like I'm good. I'm set. Like I'm not going back to the club scene.
Okay.
You know,
Not even to drop like a DJ set, an hour DJ set. I'm just.
It's So he's offering you a spot.
Shut up.
Anytime you want to come on and spin with it, dude. I even offered you to spin at the wedding if you wanted to, and you said no, I'm good. That's cool, which I get. I get it.
I understand. I get it.
No, but you know what? I gotta commend you. You know why? Because a lot of DJs don't want to venture out of the realm of DJs, which the realm of DJing is just not music.
Yes.
It's also video. It's also visuals. It's your setup. It's sound. It's lighting. It's and just because you have a big sound system doesn't mean you have to use every decibel amount of it. You know what I'm saying? Because you also got to read people. You got to read the room. I mean, there's so many fundamentals. And what did I tell you that night? I said, and you told me your story. And I was like, you know what, dude? And I shook your hand and I said, you know what? You're doing the right thing. You know why? Because you had the taste of DJing. You got that now. Now you're in the sound and lighting. And I mean, dude, that day that I met you, what did you do? You fixed the speaker in the back, which, again, you said you didn't know how to do, but you did. You fixed it. You did it. So that's troubleshooting 101 right there.
I'm so shocked about that.
That's troubleshooting 101 right there.
I'm so shocked about that.
He set up the lighting.
You'll be the first one who'll be trying to.
Well, unfortunately, I was busy with the client
I know,
right there.
but
You know what I'm saying?
But you would still find some way somehow to do it.
At that-
The reason why I say that because that whole story that you had on that Mexican independence event that happened.
Which one?
The one where the lady was being a bitch.
Oh.
You and Miracle.
Oh.
Yeah. You actually stopped where you were doing to go upstairs to go help Miracle.
I had no other choice.
So I was surprised that
I had no other
I was
choice.
surprised that you actually allowed Drama to do something like that.
No, I told him I got it.
Yeah, no,
I'll figure it out.
No, and that's where we and
Because
I was told by my upper
I will
bosses that
try-
we're paying these guys, so let them deal with that. And
'Cause
plus,
I
I don't
would-
want to touch somebody else's equipment.
because I will try to intervene and try to do something. That's all I was saying. That
Well, I already had to move it to the other side, and it was working fine. But again, when you get people in line of sight of signal, sometimes it'll get cut off.
We had the story. We had
Okay,
discussion.
well, I'm just explaining to you exactly what the fuck happened and why it was happening. So he went back there because I had to do it. I had to
I'm
do the
just saying.
entrance. I had to do all that stuff, and I was by myself.
Okay.
Now,
But-
and
but-
Shit, I even saw him with the LED foam sticks. I was like, you know what? I'll take care of it, bro.
Yeah.
Let me handle this shit.
yeah, bro, and he did a great job. He helped me out, man. I told him, man, and I said, dude, if it, he was instructed that if you're not here to DJ, you're not here to do anything else. And my bosses said the same thing. You're not here to do sound and lighting, and let them deal with it. That's what we're paying them for.
okay.
So and touching another man's equipment is like touching a wife, and I don't do that. Oh no, especially RCFs. That's a fucking trophy wife.
So if
No, you don't touch that.
so
That's a big. I don't know.
So what if you were gifted a pair of RCFs? Will you let someone else try
I'd
to?
eBay those motherfuckers so quick.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't want? Oh,
I'm a
you
DB
don't-
fan,
Yeah,
sorry.
you don't like them. Yeah, you don't like them.
I don't. It's not that I don't like them. It's I'm a DB fan, and Turbo Song. RCF is not bad. They're not bad. They're still.
No, I think when it comes to that
they're
level,
better than JBL.
when it comes to that level of equipment, I think it's just personal preference. And I told Al too, like you can have the most simple setup or the most expensive setup.
It sounds the same.
If you don't know how to EQ stuff or work your stuff,
Absolutely.
you can have the badass system. It's gonna sound like shit if you don't know how to do all that.
And then those RCFs that we had that night were the TT
TTL4s?
Yeah, the TT. Okay. Well, guess what? They have an amp rack, but they don't have an amp volume.
Okay.
They don't have volumes on the back. So you would look at those things and you'd be like, oh, how do you turn them up? How do you turn them down?
All right. All
So
right.
he knows nothing about that this week. Okay.
I'm just saying.
I just called to say,
All right. All right.
fix it.
Drama. Before we get out of here, we always ask our guests some questions towards the end of our
Yeah.
show.
Man, this
so-
was a fucking interesting ass show,
It
bro.
was. It was an interesting show.
Not only this guy's interesting and dude, the lifestyle, it's just, man, you fucking blew my mind about Sleepy, bro. Sleepy's holding out on
Small
people.
world, man. Small world.
I'm telling you, man. I told you that when you said, yeah, we fucking waited in line for like 8 hours. I was like a Great America. No, with T-Kid over at a fucking,
over at Transit.
yeah, Transit, bro. And then we started talking and he started knowing all these other guys. I'm like, fuck, what a small world. I was like, you got to be on the podcast.
So
bro.
here's the thing. I always say that we're Chicago saturated with so many DJs, but yet almost every DJs know each other in the same in this market.
What did I tell you?
I know.
What did I tell you? If I don't know somebody, you know somebody.
Yeah.
What did I say? That's the same thing. If I don't know
I
somebody,
try to network with everybody. I try to make
Black, white,
connections.
green, it doesn't matter.
And I believe that
we love everybody.
that goes a long way in this industry. So
It does. And being humble and helpful.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick. Unless they're gonna be a dick to you.
Oh, okay.
We all been there, bro. You know what I'm saying? We've all been there. I mean, this should be helping hands.
Unfortunately, it's not like that in the city.
It's changed.
It's
Change
not
the
like that
culture.
anywhere, bro.
Change the culture.
And that's what we're trying to do
Not
with this
like-
podcast.
yeah,
But
not
the
like that
unfortunate
in the
part,
city.
and
It's
you know
like-
what? You know what I've
There's
noticed?
too many politicking in this industry.
You know what I've
And
noticed?
I would like to have a guest I would like to have in the show. I would like to for him to explain that, but
That's never gonna happen. We already know.
not V5, but someone else.
Who's that?
We'll discuss after the show.
Really? Care about Val?
No, can't
All right,
buy a
Vanna.
vowel. There's no vowel in this.
Damn it,
name.
Vanna. Killing me, Smalls.
Go ahead, Al, before I start.
No, but I mean, it's not. It's just not here, man. Me and Sketch were just talking about that again on TikTok.
Lord.
It's huge. It's huge. You got people coming into rooms and fucking and just because they're hating on you, they're gonna fucking give you what they call a puzzle piece. I just found out what a puzzle piece is on TikTok. If you get a puzzle piece on your live and you don't lock it in, they give you strikes against your thing, and that's somebody that's actually coming and reporting you. That's like, why, bro? Why is it so fucking? I mean, dude, it's massive.
Yeah.
It's a massive fucking platform. Why would you want to fucking do that to somebody else? That's stupid. We're here to help people.
That's why. That's
You know,
why,
and shouts out to you for helping me on that OBS problem, because after that, I got pissed off and I sat there with that computer for about 2.5 hours, went through every single junction on OBS, and I figured out a lot of shit. And it's good to help people. You know, now I'm.
But I think that's what we're all here for now. Changing
Yeah.
the culture, making sure that
everybody's straight.
Yeah,
we work together
100%.
and respect one another, bro. I mean, bro, just because he was a DJ, he's a DJ. Most guys can't just walk in and say, "Well, I'm just here to do your sound, but I DJ too." It's like Tibble. That's the same thing Tibble's finding. Having a problem, because he knows nothing but DJs, and now that he needs somebody to work the photo booth, which anybody is, it's not that hard. But if anybody needs a job, we're looking for a couple people to work photo booths. But a lot of guys don't want to do it because it's boring. They're just sitting around. You know what I'm saying? Here, say cheese. What's that? But you're getting paid. You ain't doing shit. It's good to learn different.
I get it.
Of
course.
There's a lot of outlets here in the DJ community.
I know.
mean, it's just not just about music. It's about party planning, all types of shit.
Yeah, like for instance, DJ V. He's in the live stream. He's
I've been talking to him. Yeah, I know.
oh stupid. He's just started off DJ and then he moved on over to photography.
Yeah.
And then like most DJs do when they also DJ, they work on production works and stuff like that.
I
So,
thought I was gonna smack you because you're gonna say the production.
okay.
He's a badass producer, bro. I mean,
Yes.
that motherfucker's blessed. That
Yes.
guy's blessed. For somebody that could take something and flip it so quick and completely fucking, knock it out the park, that's a blessing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because, dude, I look at half this fucking programs right now. I'd be like, what is that, third? That's a wavelength, stupid. It's a wavelength, you fuck. You see it? You got one tattooed right on your arm, you dumbass. You see that squiggly line? Yeah, it's called the wavelength. What's that?
Oh god.
What is quantizing?
Drama. Before we get out of here, we always ask our DJs some questions towards the end of our show. So based on your answers, we'll probably get into more detail on it. Growing up, who was your favorite DJ?
Damn. All right.
No, you gotta say Sleepy. Just joking.
So, I was a big fan of, Armin van Buuren.
Okay.
I was enjoying that scene, and then when I actually got into the industry, like people who I thought were just badass, Boy Genius. Boy Genius to me was like, hey, that's that guy.
Okay. Armin van Buuren. All right. Little trance DJ there. You don't know Armin van Buuren?
No, I do.
Oh,
But he likes playing Mexican.
Oh, okay.
That's where he started from. See what I'm saying? You can't judge a book by its cover. Just
I
because he
know.
plays that type of music doesn't mean that's what he likes.
So here's my question. So when I told, well, you didn't meet me as Techno Kid, you met me as T Kid. So
No, I heard about the stories though with your fucking bell bottoms. You look like
I
you were
didn't wear
floating.
bell bottom
He was
jeans.
one of those emo guys
Stop
with
it.
the chains and shit.
No,
Yeah.
I wasn't wearing those big ass Jinko jeans.
He
and all
fucking he
stuff.
painted his
With the
fingernails
chains right
black.
there. No,
you know,
not
with
even.
oh yeah, bro. He
Not
looked like they were
even.
floating.
Not even.
They looked like they
Not
were floating.
even.
They were so bell bottoms.
Not
Looked
even.
like fucking Greg Brady called and
So
asked him
what-
for his pants back.
So when you heard of me and heard of Techno Kid, did you automatically assume that I would be playing techno? All the
Duh.
time?
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go to McDonald's and ask for a burrito.
Yeah,
Well, they do have breakfast burritos, but not that. That's about it. You know what I'm saying?
I think I even had a conversation with Sleepy that day that from
man.
Transit. I was like,
he was like, he's
Yo,
black.
does
He's
he-
playing techno.
no, does he play techno? And I think Sleepy was like, yeah. That's what he does. That's what he does. That's his thing.
Oh, so wait, you know Sleepy before the podcast?
I've heard of Sleepy. Yes, at the time.
Oh, Sleepy knows you.
Yeah.
Obviously, if he's fucking telling this guy what you like.
Because that's all I was playing all the time. Like,
Yeah, it was techno. Yeah, obviously
Trance and
techno
techno.
kid.
Techno
Yeah,
kid.
it kind of goes with yeah.
Anyways.
yeah.
Tell
the story,
Next
sir.
question. Shut up. Next question. What is your favorite DJ setup? Or if you had a DJ rider, what would it be?
DJ setup. I enjoyed my 1000s, man. Like
Okay.
they were fun. They were fun.
What is
they were
wrong
fun.
with you?
They were fun.
Get out.
They were fun, bro.
They overheated. Those things were garbage, bro.
I don't know.
The MK2s.
I had the
okay,
MK2.
okay,
Yeah, I had
okay.
the
All
MK2.
right, all right. I
Yeah,
take it back.
MK2s.
Sorry. I like
I
the
had the
800s better
MK2s.
though.
I like
had
the
the
MK3s.
I like the 800, 850s
I
though.
like the 100. I like the
850s are
100.
nice.
I like the 1000 MK3s. I like those.
Dude, I mean, you know, nobody's Chris Lar, bro.
Score.
You know what I'm saying? I can't use the 3000s.
And maybe because
The
it was
way
like my
he-
first
to the
actual like
full
CD
extent.
like CDJ player setup.
Mhm.
Maybe that's why like I kind of fell in love with it. But nah, like I
What mixer?
This is Heyman right now.
Shut up.
No, I'm joking.
actually the mixer that I actually it was Sleepy's mixer. It was
had to be.
I believe the DJM 1000. It had 4 channels. Had like a video panel.
Yeah.
The
The
DJM 1000.
Yeah, the DJM 1000.
Oh, that was a controller for video though.
No,
right?
no.
the
That's
real-
the
the big one?
That's the DVJ 1000. That's the CD player. No, there is a mixer. No, not that.
That
There
was
is
the
a
one. With the panel. With the
yeah. That's the
yeah. It had the digital panel.
No,
like this one.
no. It was in the middle.
In the
where
middle.
your
In
In the middle.
cross
Yeah,
faders.
that was the 1000.
the DGM 1000. Yeah.
Yeah, for video mixing.
No,
That's the only one that I know that had the panel in the middle.
the CD player.
No, the mixer.
The mixer.
The
yeah.
mixer. That was
That
it
had,
was
like-
really long.
It was really
Yeah,
long.
it was really
looked
long,
like
yeah.
it was about
And-
the size of the V10.
Heavy as fuck.
It was
too.
Yeah,
heavy.
and that was a badass. Yeah,
It
it
was
was a bad.
heavy.
I worked at Sangria. I think had that one.
Really?
I think Sangria had that one at one
remember
point.
that.
Yeah, I Sangria or was his intro?
Chris
I know
Law,
somebody
Chris
had
Law
one.
asked you what's wrong with the 1000.
Dude, I don't know. I was never a fan of 1000, bro. They were overheating at the time. The lasers were fucking up.
1000?
Yeah, the 1000 behind you. Yeah, that's why that one's up on the wall. That was.
I like the MK3, so that
Yeah, I mean the first edition were for shit. I didn't like the 1000s. The 3000s, I'm just pissed off that Dave C and everybody else knows how to use those things, like, you know, just with thumb drives and shit. And I got to bring a laptop and, you know, DVS and that's all fucking 9 yards. You know, it sucks for me. But I mean, those things. I mean, you got to understand that the 3000s. I've seen some fucking James Hype. Bro, the shit he does on those 3000s
well,
is
first of
amazing.
all, well, hold on. James Hype don't use 3000s. He refuses to use the 3000s. He uses 2000s.
I love you. I love you,
He
Mr.
doesn't-
Hype. I love you, Mr.
James
Hype.
Hype
I love
doesn't-
you. See,
James
what did
Hype
I tell
doesn't
you?
use 3000.
Those are
He
my.
doesn't
That's my
like the
shit.
3000.
I don't like the 3000s either.
That's his
I feel
rider.
it.
That's his
I
rider.
feel it too.
requirements,
Yeah, but he's a
2000.
beast on those motherfuckers. The shit he does is crazy. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, it's pretty dope.
Favorite genre of music to play?
Regional Mexican, man. It's just because I know it so well, and I enjoy it.
Okay. What's wrong, Al?
No, I'm just reading.
okay.
I'm reading. I'm very biased to Alpha Theater. I think they're fucking up the market. They're fucking a pioneer. I think they are. Alpha Theater. I don't like any other gear coming out.
Theta, not theater. What the hell?
Whatever. Alpha fucking fuck up data. Whatever the fuck it's garbage.
All right. Favorite venue to play in the past or in the present? Well, in the past, because you don't do clubs anymore.
I would say Concord.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I would figure you would say like Los Fernandez or Control.
Los Comales.
Los Fernandez.
No,
Up in
I
the
think
States.
Concord was like my favorite, just because like it was my first city experience. But it was just, it was awesome. It was a packed room too, so it made it even better.
Okay. If you had to do an opening DJ set, who would you like to open up for?
Armin van Buuren, man.
Oh shit! Okay. So here's a bonus question to that. So what would your DJ set be like?
Shea Butter. What up?
honestly, now it would be so out of norm.
Okay.
Just because like music now is just it's everywhere. But I would like to incorporate like right now, like in Mexico, Afro is popping.
They got Afro Mexican now.
No, like the Afro beat, like
Afro beat?
yeah,
Okay, cool.
It's popping.
Love you, Chris, bro.
And they're transitioning a lot of like those like original classic songs into that, and it's bringing in the attraction.
So can you imagine fucking Wada? Norteños edition,
Really?
cumbia edition from Wada.
Cumbia,
Fingers? Oh, dude, that'd be dope, dude.
Well, Boy
I'm pretty sure somebody did that already.
Boy Genius did. I was just gonna say that Boy Genius did a remix, a bachata remix to Water, Tyler's Water.
Yeah, but that was bachata.
I know, but
That's more Puerto Rican.
oh my
It is.
god.
Am I right or wrong?
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
A lot more fucking Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans,
Well, maybe-
Jamaicans.
Okay, well maybe you should do that.
You're making me crazy.
Maybe you should do.
I do live shit.
So do a cumbia edit of Tyler's Water.
I'll do it right now.
Oh, okay.
That ass. I'll do it right now.
Well, do it on your live stream tomorrow.
No, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna show you that it could be done. And give me a time limit.
Right.
Give me a time limit. Give me 5 minutes. I bet y'all come up with a remix in 5 minutes.
Next question. I already know the answer to this because we talked about this
Deal.
extensively.
$1,000.
Shut up. Private events or clubs and bars?
No, private events.
Okay. Well, this one I want to know. DJ V just commented. He said, "Sounds like Al's next STEM mix, Afro Mexican banda funk."
Hey, bro.
Hit
let's make it-
that,
hey, bro.
hit that, hit that.
Hey,
hit
coming
that.
from you, bro. Which
Hit
you're an
that.
innovator. Let's make it happen, bro. We'll make it happen.
DJ Lexmo, what's going on?
Lexma, what up, bro?
What is your favorite track right now?
Favorite track?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
I like that one too.
Damn.
That was another great one. Putting out all the bangers right now, bro. Slow down.
Shit. I mean, I listen to Cascade.
Okay.
Um,
He did an awesome set at ARC last year.
I actually saw him live at Navy Pier, and that shit was
Oh, damn.
Atmosphere tour.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah, damn. I wish I was there. For that.
You know what? To host on that, man. Dude, I loved Afrojack, bro. Afrojack was the shit when he first started, and now he became commercial. It's just like he doesn't do anything. Like
Wow.
Well, a lot of that house.
Once James Hype gets commercialized, I guarantee it's gonna be the same thing.
That's how I felt like about Tiesto.
Got commercial, and then I was went
Tiesto went commercial.
David Guetta.
And it's
Tiesto-
the same thing.
Tiesto
Same
was-
thing. David Guetta. All these
Tiesto
guys
was
used
full-
to be dope.
Tiesto was
Afro,
full
I
on
think
trance,
Afrojack. Yeah,
full on
I think
techno.
Afrojack was the shit when it came out.
And then and then
Grand Theft.
what
I
happened?
mean,
What happened is when a lot of these EDM DJs, and there was nothing bad about this, but when a lot of the EDM DJs start bringing in like pop artists to do records with them,
Yeah.
I guess that's when it got a little bit commercialized.
Thanks,
Like,
Taylor
Swift.
Swift.
No, like when David Guetta did "When Love Takes Over" with Kelly Rowland. That's what set off the whole thing with working with pop artists, is because
Everybody started piggybacking off of that.
Yeah,
Everybody did.
Yeah, because David Guetta did it first with Kelly Rowland and "When Love Takes Over."
I love that. I still play that.
And then David Guetta did it again with Akon with "Sexy Bitch."
Yeah.
And then a whole bunch of artists just start hopping on. Calvin Harris with Rihanna.
big one.
Rihanna.
I think that one.
When Love Takes. I mean, We
Where Have
Found
You-
Love.
yeah, Where You
and
Been?
Where Have You Been?
I
So
think-
that's what happened. So
No, those
and
are still-
he said the
those
same
are-
thing. He said,
those
"Yeah,
are still
David
good.
Guetta is the reason why EDM became so
Exactly.
He
was like, I think he
commercial.
was the movement that started it.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, there's gonna be an argument somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And like I said, there's
there's an
nothing-
argument everywhere. Somewhere, fucking.
There's nothing bad about it. Eventually, it was gonna happen some way, somehow. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Where was it
It's
originated from? Come on, guys, let's go.
What
EDM.
house?
House?
Where it originated from?
Oh, you talking about where?
Yeah.
Oh, Chicago.
Chicago.
EDM was originated from Chicago.
Oh no. Well, wait. You talking about house
House
or
music
EDM,
or
No, I'm
EDM?
talking about EDM.
in
Europe.
In Europe.
Europe.
In Europe.
As long as you guys know.
Anyways,
The more you know, it's half the battle.
all right. Let's finish on this question. All right.
G.I. Joe.
What's your favorite record pool?
They don't want to say it because everybody's gonna go and get it.
Nah. I've used a few. I think this last one that I used that I liked, and it's you gotta buy per song. It's I believe DJ City, I believe.
DJ City?
Yeah.
Because I'm on I'm on DJ City, and it's a monthly subscription. You could do unlimited downloads. Though
I do video. That's why.
Okay.
DJ City doesn't have video.
It doesn't have
It
video.
doesn't have video.
Bingo.
I do Extend the Mix. They do it's a credit system that they have. So they give you like X amount of credits
Yes.
every month.
So does Quickly.
Yes. But yeah.
I'm biased against
DJ
Quickly.
City, no, they do the monthly
DJ
it's
City's
like
got a lot of
Unfortunately, there isn't like a pool for regional Mexican music.
Yeah, there isn't.
So you gotta
there is.
grind.
There is.
where
BPM Latino isn't one of them.
No,
hell no.
It's not
I
one
was
of them.
on BPM
So-
Latino.
so
I
it's-
didn't
They don't got
I
nothing.
was on BPM Supreme and BPM Latino. I got off both of them because they were just,
They don't got nothing.
it was horrible.
I don't know, man. I know there's something out there. I know there's somebody told me about something, and they got a lot of shit out there.
Next question.
Maybe that's
John.
something that's an endeavor. Maybe you should look into.
But then he had
seriously.
to grab out. That's a lot of resourcing. That's a lot of stuff
sure,
that you have
yeah.
to grab. That's a lot.
He's
of
always
work.
in Mexico like once a month. He'll be all right. Pick up CDs, bro. Come burn them here in Chicago.
Stupid. And that was the next question in terms of pulls. How many record pulls are you on?
Right now,
Just a number.
I'll say 3.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why? How many record pulls are you on?
I'm on 2.
Damn, I'm the only one who's on.
Yeah, he's got every single
He's
one.
got like 20.
Yeah, he's
No,
got
hell no.
Yeah.
I'm like on 6.
6 that he uses daily.
I'm on. No, I use them all.
Yeah, right.
I'm on.
See your credit card statement.
Shut up. I'm on. It's not that. I do think about it. I spend too much on record pulls, but I'm on Smash Vision, Extend the Mix, Eighth Wonder Promo, Club Killers, DJ City, and Heavy Hits.
Or are you counting like the ones that have monthly subscriptions, or the ones that you?
All of them are monthly subscriptions.
Because there's the ones that the ones that I use, like they're not monthly. You pay per song.
Oh yeah, no, all these are monthly subscriptions. Even with Extend the Mix, even though you pay like $45, they give you like X amount of credits per month, stuff like that. V
You know
just
what?
commented in terms of EDM. He says that EDM originated in 1970s disco.
Man, we got the whole
involved-
history, boy.
Evolved through Chicago house, Detroit techno, European rave culture, eventually becoming a global phenomenon fueled by festivals, technology, and pop influence.
Yeah, and now it's starting to go to EDM fucking house, EDM fucking breaks, EDM this, EDM just like houses. What's your pronoun?
I was just about to say that.
What's your pronoun?
I was just about to say that.
What's
You
your
asked-
pronoun,
you
bro?
asked
What's
that
your house
question.
pronoun, bro?
What?
What's your house
I
pronoun?
don't have no house pronoun.
Oh, you know? You're open format?
I'm open format.
Good
There
job.
you go.
What's your pronoun?
I'm open format.
What's your pronoun?
Here's an interesting question for you, Drama. And don't interrupt me, Al. You're at Rosebud's Italian restaurant on Rush Street, and you had the chance to sit down and talk to another DJ, living or dead. Who would it be?
Fun fact about Rosebuds: me and Sleepy went there one time.
Had to be sleepy. Did he pay or you paid?
It was hilarious. He paid.
Oh, wow.
But the service that we got, like I got like the attention. He didn't get like nothing from like the waitress. Like he didn't get a refill. He didn't get his order taken. Like it was crazy.
She's being racist.
But that was a fun like outing. But the DJ,
So we know the story about that one, though.
You stupid.
Avicii,
He even said something. He said, "Hush."
Avicii.
Avicii. Okay.
Really?
All right.
Why?
You know, I think he was also a great mind in that industry, and I think mental stuff is crazy, bro.
It
Like,
is. We talked about that.
you know,
in season one.
and we all go through it. Sometimes we express it, sometimes we don't express it. And I just feel like he had a lot to say, but didn't say it.
Do you think he
Yeah.
talked through his music?
I believe so. He did.
A lot of artists did that.
I believe
They
so.
talk to the
He,
music.
he talked through his music, and then what's so sad about Avicii is that, especially if you watch the documentary that he did,
Yeah.
the true
I
story
haven't seen it yet.
documentary,
Very
man.
good. Very good.
very
Yeah.
good documentary,
Yeah.
and I'm shocked that they picked up like where he was doing up until his last moments, but I feel like in that documentary you saw like how Avicii was pretty much living and surviving. That man was on tour almost every single week,
Yeah.
nonstop.
Well, we talked about that with Mr. V.
Yeah, that man Avicii was on tour like, and he didn't stop.
And it was his peak too. It was
Exactly.
It was his
It was
peak.
at his peak. You know, "Wake Me Up" was a hit. You know, and
Wasn't too fond of this.
and he was just. It was just. That man didn't. He couldn't rest. Like,
Make my way through the darkness.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That
trying to
man,
feed what's hard.
he was on tour and he couldn't stop on tour. He didn't stop. He kept on going. It wasn't until like when he was in Europe, like he actually he wanted to take a break from touring because it was
too much.
It was
Yeah.
getting too much. for
Unfortunately,
him.
that break he took was a
Just
life lesson.
Just like I remember I was following Dom Dollar on Instagram and that man was on tour for like a good year. Like man lives in Australia and he was on tour. He was living out of his suitcase and he was going from city to city to city to city to city to city, and he came home like for like a few days back home. I'm like, how does someone do that? Yeah, we want the whole limelight. We want to be able to be tour and stuff like that, but can you
It all
handle
comes with.
it comes with consequences.
Yeah.
Like, can you actually
Can you
be
handle
out?
it? Yeah.
Yeah, can you actually handle it and go out on tour for
Especially
that
if
long
you have
period
wife
of
and
time?
kids and mom and dad
Yeah.
and family and stuff.
It's
There's only so much
crazy.
that you could do to miss them,
It's crazy.
and that's enough to
So-
fuck you up in the head.
So you know, it does take a toll on your mental health and
It does.
stuff like that. It does.
Big toll.
It takes a
big
toll
toll.
on your mental health.
It's a chunk.
So it's crazy. What is your DJ's pet peeve? What pisses you off as a DJ?
Why you look at me?
I'm looking at
fucking
Joy. I'm looking at the sign Joy because I'm trying to.
I'm fucking around.
I have a big production pet peeve, and
Ooh.
I told Al about this,
Ooh.
and I have nothing against them. It's just the way you ask for things. When video or photography people come in to your booth and tell you, you know what, I need a feed. Give me a cable.
He doesn't know anything about that.
What you mean?
He doesn't know that. He's mainly club, bro. He's not like us. He's not like us.
Not like us.
He's not like
All
us.
right, Kendrick, go ahead.
So what is he talking about then? No, without you saying
You need a cable.
A cable for what?
You know, to plug in
To plug in what?
whatever equipment that they're using or whatever.
For who?
For the musicians.
Musicians, really?
Am I correct?
Wrong.
Well, okay. Explain.
He's talking about videographers.
Videographers,
and
Oh,
photographers.
videographers.
Yeah.
How they want the feed so they can actually get all the announcements and everything. and
Oh,
all
like
this
audio
Yeah,
feed.
record.
Yeah,
Yeah, audio
I
feed.
dealt with that too. Shut up. I
But,
dealt with that. I
you
dealt
know,
with
Bumper
that
clad.
before.
There's ways you ask for stuff, right? And then there's ways where people kind of demand
Oh,
it,
so it's just
expect
the
it.
way he was asking for.
Yeah, and then there's people just kind of expect it, like, oh, I need a cable. Nah, bro, like,
Well,
You remember that time that girl asked you for your request and she gave you an attitude and you're like, fuck out of here?
yeah.
That's the same way. That's how we feel about that.
But-
how they come demanding. They
Okay.
don't come and ask you.
Okay, so but wouldn't it be like on the videographer to have their own
exactly.
cable?
You would expect them to have it, right?
Exactly, right?
And but there's been a lot of instances where they expect you to have it, and you're like, nah, bro, like it doesn't work that way.
Or you get the people that are there for the ceremony, like the guitarist or the violinist, and they come with this little ass amp, and then they see your big speaker. Can I use that one? No,
Exactly,
you cannot.
yeah,
You
exactly.
brought that small one? That's not in my contract? Have at it.
Yeah.
Blow
That's
your
what
shit
I was
up.
talking about
Yeah.
the first
Blow
time.
your shit up.
That's what I was talking about the first time.
You ain't using my shit. Nobody told you to bring that little fucking, what is that, 6.5 inch? Good job. For a bass guitar? Good job,
Stop
dumbass.
it.
Dumbass.
Stop it.
It's
Stop
Dumas.
Stop it.
But if they would have asked for like, hey man, I forgot my cable, that's a different story. You know,
Yeah.
like, I got you.
Be humble about it.
Yeah,
the way
we're
that
cool
they
about
ask,
it. It's the way they ask about it.
They
Yeah.
ask for about
Yeah.
it.
You know how you talk to me sometimes? Yeah, like that.
I know you're not talking. All right. What's your worst fear as a DJ?
I have a big one, man, and I know it happened to someone that I know. I never mentioned it to him, but you know, I have both of my parents still living. You know, being part of an event, and then finding out like, hey, man, your mom just passed away,
Damn.
or your dad just passed away. Like, how do you handle the situation? You're at a wedding, prime hour, you know, it's bumping. Or you're at a club, prime hour, you're grinding.
It's happened. It's happened.
Happened. Well, passing never happened to me, but a family member of mine in the hospital while I was DJing, yeah, that happened to me.
You know,
I literally had to and luckily I wasn't there the whole night, but I was there during I was doing a set, and I was supposed to close out the night. I had to find arrangements to make that have someone else come on and close out the night.
Yeah, but you're doing a wedding, you're usually by yourself, right? Or doing a private, usually by yourself. Like,
Yeah, you're fucked.
you're making like emergency calls and figure out like
Exactly.
Yeah. What's going on? Yeah, absolutely. Or dude, my son actually ran into this not too long ago. One of our puppies at the time, he got out.
Oh,
and
damn.
it was nighttime, and it was Nick's, and Nick's is all black, and my backyard's back, no matter pitch black. And he called me, Dad, Nick's is out. I can't find him. I don't know what happened. And he was a puppy, so I freaked out, and I'm at the club, and I'm pacing back and forth trying to figure out. I'm like, yo, dude, what can I do? And I couldn't find it. Saw nothing, and then I was like, yeah, I found him.
Oh, your son found him.
Yeah,
Oh.
he was under the deck.
Oh, damn. So
I panicked, man, because my wife, I couldn't get a hold of my wife. I couldn't do anything. He's a puppy. And I mean, you just, and we got big birds out here. That's one of my biggest fears. In the Belmont-Cragen area, they just saw a hawk pick up some chihuahua that some lady was walking.
That's crazy.
And just came and swooped and grabbed the dog. And what do you do? I mean, I don't want my son to see that. That's traumatic, bro. That'll fuck somebody up in the head for the rest of their life. But, and you get those phone calls, and you're right, man. I mean, it always goes to, where, something blows up or, and then what are you going to do?
Yeah.
That's my biggest fear.
A couple more questions. Who is your Mount Rushmore of DJs? Like your top 4 DJs?
I'm gonna do it here locally.
Okay.
Metro, Boy Genius, Flipside, Spin.
No pides nada.
All the B96 DJs.
No pides nada. No pides nada. No pides nada. You understand that? You don't ask for much. You don't ask for much.
All the B96 DJs.
Oh, great.
I'll make that phone call.
Make it happen.
It's crazy. Boy Genius is from Carpentersville, and I've never had I never crossed paths with him. I've never met him in person, but I believe he's someone I would like to pick his brain, ask him questions.
He's a great guy. He's a good guy.
He
He's a
is.
good guy. He's very blunt. He's very blunt. I'm gonna tell you right now. He's very blunt, bro. And he's kind of a he's a great guy though. I've known him before, a long time. I've known Jay for a long time, bro. I remember seeing him at the Red Bull battle at Concord when they had it. Yeah, when they had the first Red Bull battle.
I was out of town.
That's when he battled Metro.
Yeah, I was out of town. That was 2016. I was out of town.
Yeah, I remember I was standing in line and he was walking outside. He was like, "What the fuck are you doing out here?" He was like, "Who you with?" He brought me to the front of the line.
It was I think it was in March or February. I was out of town. I was DJing out that weekend when they were out there.
Dude, that place was packed, bro.
Oh, I'm sure. And I remember someone live streamed it too.
Really?
Yeah. They recorded it. Someone recorded a live feed of it, but
I'll show you.
not Red Bull, but someone on the audience was recording.
I'll show you the picture somebody took, and it was all of us: J Funk, Dolo, fucking Metro. Everybody was there. The whole crew was there, and we took one big ass picture. All of us. It was so dope.
I think I saw that photo.
Yeah. That was when Dolo,
Throwback
me,
photo. I think
J Funk.
outside.
That was Image was there.
Yeah,
no, it was inside.
No, it was inside. You're
the
right.
club.
It was inside.
Yeah, it was inside the 2 pillars.
Yeah, I remember that. Old ass photo.
Yeah, that was the Last Supper.
Yeah, Metro. Yeah, Boy Genius did beat Metro and Majestic second. Yeah,
Yep.
I remember that. I was out of town, but I remember.
Oh, it was a badass battle.
I was out of town.
Dude, I was fucking nervous and I was sweating bullets and I wasn't even on stage.
No, when he posted it on YouTube, that Otis, that little scratch freestyle he did, that was I'm like, yo, that guy's sick.
He's dope, man. I mean, his scratch is just wicked. I mean, there's a lot of talent. Chicago has a lot of fucking
100%.
talent. But yeah, those guys definitely shine. So shouts out to to putting Chicago on the map. He's definitely one of them.
And last question: any advice to upcoming DJs?
You gotta grind it, man. You gotta grind it. Don't quit, man. Like I said, the 20 of us that started, only 4 of us survived, and it's just because they didn't want to continue the grind anymore. Whether you do private events, whether you do club events, the grind has to be there. If you're not consistent grinding, it's not gonna get you anywhere.
And you also got to think, who.
And you gotta have a sleep on your team too.
No, you
gotta have a sleep on your team too.
Yeah, now you know what? Done deal. Now I know why they call him Sleepy. his real
Can he
his
sleep
street
something?
no his
He
street
sleep
name
something?
and his sniper name, where he took everybody out. You know, his street name was Sleeper, because nobody would ever guess. You know, it was Sleeper. So he was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna start DJing. I'll name me Sleepy. Fuck it, why not?" So it was actually you know what a sleeper is, right? Somebody
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you would
yeah.
have guessed.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah,
wild
yes,
card. The
yeah,
little
yeah,
wild
yeah.
card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little wild card. Yeah.
Remember?
DJ. Not
remember-
the DJ Sleeper. It's DJ Sleeper.
Remember we were both in our younger, well, me in my younger years, and we used to be out in the street racing,
Yeah.
and you always try to
Oh
figure
yeah,
out
that's
who
right.
that
Yeah,
exactly.
there's a sleeper. Yeah, there's a
Exactly.
sleeper. You and your Volkswagen. Good
Yeah,
job.
exactly.
Yeah, it was a sleeper.
Yeah,
With
I-
nitrous. They had a nitrous bottle under the fucking picked up a seat like fucking like Fast and the Furious talking about Let's
Why
go
you
race now.
Why you hating?
Because you're a fucking sleeper. You're a cheater.
What-
That's why. That's cheater. That's been cheating.
You should have
Well, yeah, when you get to the line and you see a fucking thing purge out the windshield, yeah, we got a problem, asshole. Fuck you.
you should
Nobody told me you had nitrous. You didn't ask.
You didn't ask. You didn't ask.
Yeah, well, that's why I check fucking dashboards now.
You should ask.
Yeah.
Real
It doesn't look like a sprayer for your windshield wiper fluid, sir.
Real quick. I want to discuss this real quick before we get out of here. Eddie Linares, he's in the live stream. He sent the video on the Instagram, and he sent me a message. Basically, it was like, how do you feel about DJs using like visuals during your DJ set? So there's a visual of this particular DJ, and I guess he was doing, obviously he's playing house music, and he was using visuals, and he pretty much used visuals from the whole September 11th incident.
Okay.
It's on Instagram. It's
Okay.
on Instagram and all that stuff. So it is fucked up, but
How was it fucked up? It's a part of life. It was history. I mean, what do you want us to do? It's footage is out there.
you do realize though that a lot of people were killed during September 11th.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, okay.
Why would the DJ use that as part of the visuals?
I don't know, man. I mean, you used to go to fucking. I mean, you see a lot of this shit at like grunge shows. You know, where there's like S&M type shit in the background
Okay,
where people
but-
are getting killed or
Okay,
something like
but you
that.
do- okay.
Or strangled or so everybody's got a trigger, dude. I don't
Okay,
know.
so don't you think that you using a visual depicting the incidents that happened at September 11th? Don't you think that?
So
would
Cardi B parking her car in her little garage is not visuals. You know, it's not cringing to some people.
Wasn't there a place that played like porn?
Yeah,
Like
Porn
what-
and
yeah,
chicken.
porn and chicken.
Yeah.
For the chicken?
Can't see.
I think that's a little different as to something traumatic as September 11th. Don't you
Did you
think?
see some of those girls in those videos? It's traumatic.
As long as you don't watch two girls.
Why? Why? Bro?
Yeah,
No.
you mentioned porn, so I'm just saying.
No, I get you. I understand. No, that is it's a happy time. You know, you want people to be happy, not look at something and be like,
Exactly. So why would
You
you,
know what I'm saying?
especially at a
It's
vet?
like, but I don't know. Some people are fucking crazy in the head like that,
Like
bro.
a little
Who
risky
knows?
too. Maybe they're
Who
just
knows?
you know.
Who knows? Maybe some people do stupid shit like that just to get
Get
people
attention?
to talk. Yeah,
Get
to
attention.
talk about them.
To talk about
Clout-
it?
Yeah,
clout
Whether it's-
chasing.
Right,
Clout
correct,
chasing.
right. Whether it's negative or positive, you're talking. Their name is in their mouth. So, did you see what Al put up on the video screen? Oh my God! It
Ain't
was
gonna-
September 11th.
I
It's
ain't
like,
gonna- I
yeah,
ain't
who
gonna
knows?
lie, I did something.
See, that's fucked up.
But
You're
wait,
sitting there
wait,
bashing and you
wait,
did
wait,
it.
And nowadays,
but wait.
with the trend, you become popular and now you get
But
monetized.
wait. It wasn't something traumatic. It was just basically porn. That's what it was. What
You
mean?
did it?
So back in
I
2013.
hope it was an animal.
No, it wasn't an animal. It was
Okay.
just two people. So back in
Two
2013.
people and an animal?
No.
Okay, good.
Back in 2013. I still have the video to this day. Back in 2013, I was playing at
Is he going with the raccoon?
no. Fiesta Cantina in Wrigleyville, 2013. I was video mixing. This is when I got into video mixing. You know the song Benny Benassi Satisfaction?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I got the porn version of that one.
You got the porn version?
Yeah, I got the porn version of that, and I didn't realize
that's
it
what you
until
played?
somebody actually told me
Not the
about it.
construction version.
Push me and just
Yeah,
touch
but not
me.
the construction version. So there's an uncensored version that's been only aired in Europe.
Yeah.
And I got the European uncensored version. It's pretty much just porn. Just 7 minutes of porn. It was with
Maybe I'm going deaf. Maybe I'm going blind. What's that song? What's that one that had Pharrell in it? That one's got porn in it. The one can't you?
Blur Lines.
Yeah,
Blurred Lines, yes.
Oh, yeah,
There's
there
a
is-
porn
there is a
version of
bunch
that
of
one.
versions.
Yeah,
Porn version of that
I
one,
fucked
too.
up and played that at
But no, the Benny Benassi.
yeah, that's a porn one.
That's
But I mean,
it's pretty much
yeah,
porn.
but you're talking,
It was like
you're talking feel good
guy
to
and
$2
girl-
million fucking or a million
exactly.
people
It was
dying.
guy.
Yeah,
It was like
I got you.
guy and girl action and girl action in that video. But yeah, it wasn't. You don't have that version.
I don't know what that's shit
What
you're in,
pool-
bro.
what
but that's
pool- what
fucked
pool
up,
is he
bro.
in, right?
Yeah, no, I don't want that pool.
No, you still.
That's where your computer, not you, but your computer gets viruses. You're good.
I'll send it to you.
No, I'm good. I don't want it. I don't want it. My computer is a version
No.
and very clean right now.
Stupid. Gio, I don't want to race you. No, I'm out. I don't street race no more.
And fuck him and his Audi.
He has a Civic.
He's got an Audi, bro.
Oh, okay. I didn't know shit.
Yeah, bro. He's got it's an $80,000 car. Sorry.
DJ Drama. Anything else before we get out of here?
No, I think that sums it up, man.
Any last words?
No, you're not gonna die.
You know what? Keep the grind out, guys. Keep grinding. We all gotta connect. Network with each other.
I actually didn't finish my sentence earlier, but man, I got to give you a lot of credit, man, because again, you and I told you this to time off. Who else is gonna get paid to fucking mess with thousands of dollars of equipment that if it breaks, it's not yours. Who gives a fuck?
What?
He gets the opportunity to fuck with big gear, big gear. Like I mean, and when we're talking about big, this guy's got like. He's got what 40 array tops.
I was about to
He's
say,
got
like,
like
an
40.
array
He's got like 16 bottoms, double 18 bottoms. I mean, this guy's got enough shit to fucking do Rosemont 3 times over. Okay, so not a lot of guys get that opportunity to sit there and learn, not know how to rig. You know what rigging is? Obviously, you know. You know what rigging is?
Yeah, I know what rigging
What's rigging?
Like setting up gear, stuff like that.
No.
What is it, Al? Explain.
That's hanging
Hanging
shit.
shit.
Hanging shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's rigging.
Yeah.
Setting
That's
up.
hanging.
Hang up.
No, that's a big difference, man,
Oh,
because
okay.
you're talking thousands of pounds that you have to make sure it's balanced. And once it's balanced, and all the cabling and everything's got to go up. It's a process, man.
I remember I helped out. Shout out to DJ Mel from Texas. I was part of the rigging crew at Lollapalooza 2018, I think, because he was the opening DJ for. Even though there was no one there, but he was DJing for the Perry stage.
Mhm.
So I managed to hang out with them, and we had to help set up and all that stuff. Even though it was a long ass process, because I had to get there like 4:00 in the morning just to make sure everything is up and running. Because what they do every day at the end of night at Lollapalooza, they bring down the array system and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
because if you're in the city of wind.
Correct. And then before crack of dawn, they have to bring it back up and then make
Yeah,
sure
for
everything
safety
is running.
issues, yeah.
And then all the pyrotechnics and all that stuff, they have to make sure everything.
That's a completely different person. I don't deal with that. As far as things, you want to burn somebody, you want to do some stupid
But
shit.
they do all that.
There was a rapper who actually was on stage and got caught on fire. Recently, I just saw it. I thought, oh fuck, I forgot his name. Yeah, but they had flamethrowers and he was walking down the catwalk. One of the flamethrowers hit his hair and it did the Michael Jackson. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah,
That's
bro.
crazy.
Recently, I forgot who it was. 2 Chainz, I think it was.
I don't know.
Somebody. It's one of those guys. But we get to do this stuff, and there's no better way but hands on, just like he did, hands on, and you get to learn so much shit. And this.
So you're saying that he messed with the law stuff and doesn't have to care about breaking stuff.
No, not like that. Not like that. No, because he knows what he's doing. I mean, you know what I'm saying. And if you break something, you don't fix it.
responsible
It's
for
you're responsible. Yeah, the great Gabriel told me that. Yeah. A scratch in my speaker is a scratch in your ass, Al. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
No, I protect that stuff. Like if it's
Yeah, I mean, it's expensive, but I mean, you don't get a lot of opportunity for somebody to actually put you in the forefront and say, "Here you go. Here's $30,000 worth of fucking just speakers alone. Make sure nothing happens to them. Make sure everything sounds good." And it's not an easy job. It's not an easy job, especially when you got assholes like me on the other end.
Which is why I'm still shocked that you allowed Drama to fix that speaker. But okay.
No. I'm saying assholes like me, or not like me, but because I don't redline. Redline is not headlining for me. I'm a sound engineer, so I can't. I don't want to go past yellow. Mm-hmm. Yellow means caution. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, the yellow means caution. It's kind of like a street light. Green means go. Yellow means caution. Red means stop.
Okay.
facts.
All right.
Distortion kills speakers. Not fucking clipping. Distortion. You can have the
No, it's
smallest
dis- no, it's-
distortion.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good to learn. You know what phasing is? You know what phasing is, right? You know what phasing is?
I mean, I know phasing in DMX.
No. Phasing is subs. That's where you flip the speaker back.
Oh, so
front, back front. So you get that feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get that fucking thump, and that thump will fucking. Yeah, that's why you feel that shit. That's why you see in big concerts, you'll see one
Speakers facing in,
yeah,
facing out.
facing in, facing out.
Yeah.
But you feel it. That's phasing. Love it. See, I would have never known that until I did subs, man, and it's good to know. I mean, it's interesting to know because it helps you out in the long run. And when you want to retire and you want to just do a roadie, which they get paid good money, you know.
You never know.
Be a sound engineer. It's not hard. You just got to know how to fucking work this shit. Mm-hmm. Keep everything under the red, and you'll be fine.
So we learned everything tonight. And shout out to DJ Sleepy for.
Fuck Sleepy. Fuck Sleeper.
DJ V said we should have him back on the show. So Sleepy Part 2.
No, yo, Mr. V. Mr. V, we already talked about that. You're coming on.
Anyways.
We love you, Sue.
Well, we love you, Sue. DJ Drama.
No, because all Sleepy's going to do is he's going to sit here and sleep on us again and not tell us the whole fucking 9 yards that he was. Now, I know he's trying to be humble and modest and everything, and I get it, and we thank you about that, Sleeper, but you don't have to. I've heard about you.
He said, "Well, damn, Al."
I know you. I know you, Sleepy. I heard of you, Sleepy.
He said, "Well, damn, Al."
Well, stop being so fucking modest on the goddamn show, asshole. We're here to talk about you, and you're like, nah, I really. He's like, I didn't really do anything, not much. And then I got other people telling me that this guy fucking put him on the map. Which one is it?
We should repost.
He's being humble. He's being humble. I love you, Sleepy. I'm just busting your balls.
We will repost the episode with Sleepy and Daryl on the show on the Facebook page. So in case anyone
Daryl's
missed
another
it.
beast, man.
And then we'll have a part 2.
You know, let me tell you something. All the guys I've ever met from Elgin have been nothing but amazing people. Amazing, just great people all around. So, and Aurora, and just,
Just change the culture, man.
Places that you haven't been. I mean, you haven't been recently.
You have to take a plane over there. But
you stupid, stop it. If I could travel out there, you can too.
Any DJs in Oswego? I'm going out there next week. I know Aurora's not too far away. Where we at?
Gio says we need a bigger couch. If you're gonna have the people from Aurora.
No, we already had them from Aurora. Don't forget.
I know.
Yeah, we had a couple of them.
Yeah, we know. Yo Kev and Spanky.
Speaking of, man, that was fucking Yo Kev's birthday, wasn't it?
Was
Yo Kev.
It? Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was Yo Kev too. Shout out to Yo Kev.
Happy birthday, Yo Kev.
Happy Yo Kev. Happy
Birthdays,
Yo Kev.
birthdays.
Happy Yo Kev.
Drama, it's been a pleasure.
Yes, for sure, man.
Thank you.
bro.
Thank you.
Seriously, this is awesome. This is awesome.
It's been a pleasure.
And if you need sounding or reinforcements, man, definitely talk to this guy. He's definitely
We
the one.
got you. We got you.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If you need sounds, bro, go to Alex first. But if you need reinforcement,
go to me for gears, DJ gear, like
well, he's
CDJs,
got gear too.
Like CDJs.
He's got gear too.
Okay.
So
go for me like CDJs and mixers and stuff
but
like
if you
that.
need
but
like super
you need,
like big reinforcement for like outdoor events and shit like that, definitely.
we
talk
got
to
you.
this
We
guy.
got you.
Definitely.
All right. Okay. All right.
Or J Funk, he just bought what four JBL bottoms and 10 tops.
Yeah.
Race.
Yeah. You see, that's out my price range at the moment.
40 grand.
That's out my price range at the moment.
No, it's not.
Jay,
bro.
Jay,
You got
Jay,
that in your pocket right now. Look at his pocket, bro.
J Funk could afford all
That's
that.
not his heartbeat either.
You stupid. You stupid. All right.
Made you look.
All right. Drama, again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
It's been
bro.
awesome.
Seriously.
Awesome.
Thank you.
It's been awesome.
This is awesome.
It's been a
Bro,
good
you know
show.
what? I love this show because
Eddie Wildstyle, what's going on, sir?
Eddie Wildstyle, what's up, bro? I love this show because, we get to go here soon. And then we got modest assholes that were before him. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't want to tell us the whole story. And then, we find out the whole truth, from other people.
Oh, wait, whoops, I used the wrong intro.
Outro.
Outro. I wasn't thinking. But again, Drama, thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
It's been a
thank you.
pleasure.
It's been a pleasure,
Great
guys.
show.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Real quick, shout out your socials real quick.
Yes.
And that's your social security number.
No, you're good. Snapped Julio_drama, Instagram Julio_drama11.
All right.
Facebook Dream Events. Look it up.
There you go.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you guys.
you.
Thank
Been
you.
a
guys.
pleasure.
No problem. See, I remember you. He didn't.
Okay. Damn.
Damn, throw me under the bus.
Right. Jesus Christ.
It's all right. He's got short term.
Anyways, again, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Industry DJs podcast.
He shows up here on a Monday saying, what the fuck am I here for?
Again, you can check us out on your favorite streaming platforms: Apple, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Stitcher, and the Anchor app. Next week, we will have DJ Mark V, who's going to be
Yes.
joining us on
Mr.
the
Mark
show.
V in the building.
He'll be back. We're going to catch up with them and see what he's been up to. And then at the end of the month, we're going to have Patrick Wayne, Dave C, and 3J on the show to talk about their Cinco de Mayo event in May 4th at 115 Bourbon Street. And then after Mark V next week, we're gonna have you wanna introduce that guest
Nah,
on the show?
because I'm gonna get goosebumps. I'm gonna start choking and shit.
Really?
Yeah,
Really? You don't
happens to me all the time, bro.
just introduce the people on the show on the 21st. You're nervous that they're coming on the show?
This is one of my fucking heroes. Are you serious?
Okay. Go ahead.
The infamous, the one and only, one of my bro. This is the man, the myth, the legend, right there. DJ Nonstop and his wife will be both on the show. They come as a package. They're a team. They're an amazing team, amazing DJ, and the walk of life that Nonstop's been through is very show telling
I have
for
a lot
sure.
of questions.
Yeah,
when
you
come
got a
on
lot
the
of
show.
questions. Shit, I know the guy and I got questions. But definitely, I'm very excited about that. And then, again, if you're not doing anything on a Sunday, check us up on TikTok. We'll be celebrating DJ Sketch's birthday. And if you're in Chicago and you want to stop by, hit us up and I'll get you the address so you can stop by. I'm making a big-ass pot of Puerto Rican rice, and we're going to throw some cheddar on the grill.
What's up?
You know, we're at a dry house, so we're not drinking, but we're smoking a lot of weed. So if you want to show up,
I
man,
don't
just hit me up.
participate in.
You know?
Okay.
Oh yeah. 420 all day. Hey. 420 all day. Hey.
All right. That's the end of our show, guys. To the words of Peter Ramos, support your local DJs. To the words of I'll Do It Like This.
Stay safe, stay vigilant. We love you.
And we'll see you guys next